All right, we are up. Let's see. Looking good. All right. So we are back, and we're gonna do the masses travel today. As always, I'll split it into two streams. But yeah. So I'll do half the event today and the other half tomorrow. I'm quite excited for this one because Laterano is definitely one of my more favorite bridging storylines in this game so far. So it'd be cool to see what's next after other stuff that came prior. Also, I really love this live editing. It's really good. I read that. But in any case, yeah, we're just gonna get started. Where the hell is these stages? There you go. So, wait, is this 10 stages? Yes, 10 stages exactly. Okay. So I'll probably go to 5. I'll probably go to 5 and then we'll end it and then I'll start a stream tomorrow around this time. Here we go. Fallen. Demons mutter into the ears, and so the angels' halos are extinguished. And I know this has some setup with a lot of the foreboding that the Pope has given in like Virtuoso's event and Zekilu's altars and also Arturia's operator record. So I think it's been leading up to this, but we'll see. My drink better not spill. Look how tiny she is. I pray. I pray that the sick people in Faber Central Hospital get better. I pray that Papa, Mama, and my sister will always be safe, healthy, and happy. I pray that the Lord will always be with us. I pray that the spiritual light will always shine on Laterano. Oh, she's so small. I thought the experiment was over, Lemuel. Didn't you hear? The investigators kept the school today to tell us our results. They even brought fruit tarts. The 2 patient groups at Faber Central Hospital were discharged today. Basically, the recovery had nothing to do with our praying the past 2 months. The investigators told us not to be sad. It was all a social experiment by the 6th Tribunal. If prayer doesn't help, why do we pray? Oh, it's cool to see them back. It'd be cool to have him as an operator. I doubt it though. Another report from Nova Volsini. Over the past 6 months, they have established trade with 17 nomadic cities, like dire swine that never rests. I really like when events interconnect like this. In the process, they have sown new seeds across all Syracuse. It sounds like you approve of Nova Volsini's interactions with other cities, but do not intend to endorse the promotion of the new Urban Management Act. You were the one who told me the youth need to be tested further after you returned from Carnaval. I suppose I recall something to that effect. News from Terni, unusual movement in Lupukarn. The Golden Empress has been actively issuing edicts. While her counterpart has not been seen in public for a long time, our neighbor seems eager to change, desperate even. Not just Athanian, there are more than enough new sprouts upon this land. The matters of the Familia should not occupy any more of the Syracuse's time. You seem ready to fall asleep. It's almost time for my siesta. Do you like this fabric? I can have a suit made for you. I have just a tailor in mind. Ha, I appreciate the offer, but there's no need. Still prefer your cassock. I am a priest, Cecilia. But there's no church in the city. It's been almost 70 years since you left Laterano, hasn't it? 68. The Sancta sense of self is as persistent as our sweet tooth. But you've never thought about going back. You have no need to. The walls are still white. The people are still happy. Nothing ever changes in paradise. Otherwise, you wouldn't have come with me to Syracuse. I'm not so sure. Oh, my hand's been trembling every time I grip my patron firearm. Maybe my old house in the Holy City has sprung a leak. We're relics by a bygone age, Cecilia. You know how old people have hunches about certain things. You should take a nap on the sofa. Maybe we can find another setting to talk once the down payment for this fabric has been made. Sorry. Walks off sleepwalking. Father, you didn't just fall asleep on your feet, did you? Father, are you alright? Okay. It's good to see their POV. Oh, here too? Okay. Cliff. What, is that all? Tilla, is the boss alright? Why do you ask? These are all documents that he reviewed. The only thing legal changed was the formatting. He shouldn't need to spend so much time with them, should he? I think Mr. Cliff was looking at that letter. The letter from the frontier. What was the name on it again? Woodrow? So I guess we get different POVs of the different sanctas of Laterano. But there were only 4 words in it. I'm well, take care, that's it. I've heard a couple things about Davistown. What are you getting at? The ship will be approaching Max DC in 12 hours' time. How long have we been planning our entry into the capital market? Okay. They're heading to Colombia. There's still a lot of problems to solve. Look at the people behind me. All our top ranks are waiting for the boss's orders. But at a time like this, he's all tied up with his... I don't even know what to call him. Mr. Cliff went to meet a certain Mr. Jackson before we set out. The vice president. Do you mean to say the boss has gotten the official nod to our cooperation with the companies in DC? Don't get too excited. No employee of Black Steel Worldwide should doubt Cliff. Anything you don't think of, he will. Anything you can't figure out, he will. He was the one who put this team together. He was the one who spread firearms beyond the walls of Laterano. He was the one who expanded our business across the frontier and beyond Colombia. Mr. Cliff was a great leader and a remarkable sanctum. I agree completely, but have you seen the look in his face? What could those 4 words have done to him? Ladies and gentlemen. What, did the power go out? Did some stupid merc knock something over, or did engineering cross the wrong wires? Huh? Good news. The wildfire is finally extinguished. The bad news is that half the hillside has been burned away. Woody, are you okay? Are you hurt? I'm fine, it's nothing. He just came up from the woods to the west, where the worst of the fires were. He braved the flames to clear a control line. He might have forgotten his age. Can't let the fire take it all. Now when things are finally looking up in these parts. I'm fine, I really am. That's good to hear. I was worried. Say, Woody, do you want to look at this? That's thick. Some kind of important document. It's from Black Steel. You're not gonna open it, Woody? No, I don't think I want to. What if it's a whole stack of gold certificates? Would go a long way in filling the gaps, the tires, the fire stuff behind. Well, then you open it. Gladly. Well, Mr. Cliff sure can write a letter. It's so long the end is touching the ground. What's the matter, Woody? I suddenly have a headache. Is it the letter or your wounds? Zale, were you waiting long? Mr. Zale. Happy birthday, Cecilia. This cake, I made it out of sweet potato. I couldn't find cream or confetti sugar, so I sprinkled some dried vegetables on top of it. I tried to find the ones that had better colors. Sorry, I did my best. Slaves don't have access to the nicest things. Galena helped out. It's lovely. Make a wish, Cecilia. Well, I can guess what you wish for. Don't worry, I've been asking around. We'll find your father. Yeah. But my wish today is, I want to blow out the candles with you. Huh? You've been helping me ever since I lost my mama. You've been quitting your job at the Notorial Hall and coming with me all the way to Castell. You've been by my side for so long. Wait, I went to Castell? Huh. I know you're in a lot of danger here. When my papa was born, it was you. Oh, right. Her father's a sarcasm. It was you who taught me not to give up hope. That's why I want you to do this with me. The last thing of my birthday party. Cecilia, okay. Ezel feels the warmth of Cecilia's hands on his own. He sees the birthday cake made from sweet potatoes, and the girl's eyes full of excitement and the big smile on her face. Before the flickering candlelight, both of them bow their heads and begin to pray. May the order of Laterano shine upon us, show us the path of life, that we may ever live in joy. East of the east of La Unidad, Laterano, holy city of white. Oh, it's Grace Prayer. Alert done. Is that you, Arella? Oh, whoa. Yo, that armor is sick. Such noise. We're due for hymns in 10 minutes. The children are practicing. Is that a woman? Looks like a woman. I'm talking about you, Nuera. Is it done? Buried in the backyard. You can breathe easy now. Yo, that's freaking cool. Is that a sarcasm? Is that a halo though? What is that? Shouldn't you wash the blood first? The children could come at any time. Well, are you afraid they might see me? Afraid they might hear their beloved sister Nuera talk about killing people with that terrifying piece of metal? Don't talk like that. We wouldn't be here if not for you. Because you took up the gun, I'm able to teach them hymns and tuck them into bed. Huh. Were they singing soldiers or true Bolivarians guerrillas this time? Does it make a difference? Bunch of stinking parasitos who wouldn't know how to take from others. Never imagined there were shitholes like this when I lived in Laterano. I know. These sorts of things don't happen where you come from. In Laterano. Your weapon, your dress, your habits. You still carry yourself as a Lateran. A Lateran? Pah. Honestly, I still don't know why you followed the Lateran faith. I grew up in Bolivar, with no one to rely on. All I've ever known are these parasitos. I wanted to believe there was more to the land than ruined houses and barren fields, more than just war, death, and taxes. I wanted to believe there was a place full of food, flowers, and hope. And you wanted those chicos to believe it too. One person's faith is no faith at all. We're not to look out for each other, like you and I do. I wouldn't say we're looking out for one another. Shh, Arella. You have protected this place as the holy light protects Laterano. You've let me imagine the paradise bathed in holy light, even if I've never been there. Which is for the better. If you really do believe in a paradise bathed in holy light, it's definitely not Laterano you're looking for. Look elsewhere. We're about to abandon this abbey, after all. Time to go in, sister. The children are waiting for you to lead the last verse. Arella, yes. Why did you leave Laterano? Because I sinned. That's why, idiota. Okay, so she's fallen. That's cool. Noda pushes the chapel door open. Ooh. East of the east of La Unidad, Laterano, holy city of white. There the earth hides no bombs. There the fields share wheat most bright. Abode of our Lord, font of parental love. He hears our prayers, he grants our wishes. Oh, the soundtrack's nice. All shall bask in his love. Even the legless, even the armless. This might be our last Vespers. For years, we've tried to keep a low profile in this lawless land to avoid the attention of the stingless lobos and thugs who call themselves guerrillas. But they followed the trail of some escaped convicts and found our abbey. They're now looking at our farms and burdened beasts. Aurelia has scouted the area. Tonight, she will lead us through a nearby canyon, and we will leave this place. We might go north into the plains, or south into the jungles. It will be a long trip, but we've been blessed with a good harvest. We will have enough food. Sister, don't worry, Hugo. Trust Aurelia, trust me. Trust yourself and those around you, and trust Laterano. Keep your voice steady. You remember the last verse, don't you? Oh, you can see a sarcasm here. So not all of them are Sancta. Dear. East of the east of La Unidad, Laterano, holy city of white. The guns are shoot fireworks. The targets are all apples. Through the chapel windows, Nora watches the sunset. The halos of the sanctas and the procession continue to illuminate the room, and the choir sings. She has sung these hymns countless times. It is said that they were first written down by the saints on their long and difficult journeys and passed down through the centuries, translated and arranged by Bolivarian scholars. Laterano will protect them through briar and bramble, through the long cold night. What the? Perhaps the sun left too soon and forgot to leave some light. The halos and wings of the sanctas and the choir suddenly shatter, and their light is extinguished. Oh, what the hell? Nuera is stunned. Her esoteric knowledge is vast, thanks to the legacy of the Kukulkan, but not a single word or symbol explains the scene before her eyes. She is so stunned that she forgets to stop singing, murmuring the hymns by sheer instinct. Trembling voices echo through the chapel. Abode of our Lord, fought with parental love. He punishes evil and drives out injustice. All shall bask in his love, whether they have scars or stones. When we pray sincere, he gives us bread. When we seek salvation, he sets us free. Merda. What happened to all of them? Agonir, your halo. Yamin. Huh. What's going on? Calm down. We figured out what's going on. Somebody forgot to set the right parameters so testing the gun on the firing range. Accidentally overloaded the power grid. Engineering's on there and the power should have come back any minute now. Although something doesn't feel quite right. It's pitch black. Of course something doesn't feel right. That's it. Where's Mr. Cliff's halo? It should be shining like a lamp. Oh, even the wings. Mr. Cliff. Oh god, what's happening? Woody, I'll get a doctor. Woody, no. Something happening to the law, perhaps? Mr. Zell, your halo, your wings. What? I'm fallen. Why? Was it my fault? Ugh, Laterano. So this is probably connected to the end of episode 15 when we saw Orwell something happening to him. Lumen, saw you from across the street, but you didn't answer when I called your name. Hey, there she is. Wait, she's walking? Oh, I'm sorry, I was about to... Oh, I forgot, it's your first day. Let's see, Your Eminence Cardinal Lumen, is that right? It is giving me goosebumps. Hey, from submitting the application to becoming the Cardinal's aide to finally getting the job, all it took was 2 years, right? Isn't that a new record for the 7th Tribunal? It took much longer than breaking the wheelchair speed shooting record. Huh? Just a joke. Well, we all look up to you. There are 200 households up and down 3 streets waiting for you to deliver the system milk for their morning fruit tart and post-meal desserts. Meanwhile, how often is a Cardinal's presence really needed for diplomatic and national security business in Laterano? Who's to say which one of us is more important to the city? Fair point. I guess I should get to work. I'll leave your system milk at the door. 2 servings as usual? Yes. Where's Senora Lemuel working anyway? One day I hear it's a logistics company in Lungmen. The next day, I hear it's security for that pharma company called Rhodes Island. I miss her. It's been a long time since I last saw her. Who knows, maybe she'll just show up tomorrow. And she wouldn't be happy if the fridge were empty. You got that right. Isn't this a bit of a detour if you're headed towards the 7th Tribunal? Just visiting a friend I haven't seen in a long time. I see. Have a nice day, Cardinal Lumo. Have an uneventful day. May the law be with you and me. Have a nice day. Lemuel greets a few familiar faces on the way, then makes a turn at a corner onto an utterly unremarkable street. The clouds cast their shadows on the pristine paths. A breeze brings a sweet aroma in the air along with it. Soon the surroundings grow quiet as Lemuel approaches her destination. Her life has undoubtedly changed, but her steps are light. She gladly welcomes these changes. Lemuel has always been that way. The Laterans have always been that way. Oh. Have an uneventful day. May the law be with you and me. Lemuel utters those words. Ooh. At the end of the street is a massive building that nearly touches the clouds. The streamlined structure seems decidedly out of place amongst the low-profile church buildings around it. It is no exaggeration to say that it virtually appeared out of nowhere. Yet it also seems like it has always been there. It welcomes Lemuel's arrival with open arms. Oh, I like how that was animated. That was so cool. Okay, that's the intro. Or when your calls, ignored for so long, suddenly receive a response, will you shudder with relief as your dreams are realized, or will everything feel unreal? Alright, we're gonna make a Laterano squad, which means Archito, or Arquero, Fiametta, my Exu Alter, and Lemuel aren't fully raised, but I'll use them. We'll go from 3. Who else?
Got it. You've determined that use of force is required in the current situation, and I'll trust you on that.
I would be delighted to join your team.
I don't have her
Doctor.
mastery, but it's fine.
I would be delighted to join your team, Doctor. But I'm hoping you will stay away when I'm fighting. Maybe you wouldn't mind it, but to me, you're too good of a person to have to face that.
I'm throwing mouse for a healer.
必要になれば君たちはより馴染み深い私を目にするだろう。
think that's it. I can't think of any other. Oh, I guess Muslima.
Yep, no problem.
Wait.
I've got all the objectives all memorized.
I'm gonna put their skin. What the hell? Anybody else? There's the pusher guy, but I haven't raised him, so yeah, enforcer. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Got it. You've determined that use of force is required in the current situation, and I'll trust you on that.
Which is that for now. That don't matter. Danger. Repeat. Danger. Danger level analyzing. Unknown. Removing restrictions. Unlocking bottom level computing area. Deductive computing power exceeds maximum. Laterano. Explosion. Oh hey, believe. I actually wonder as an operator. Finally, I can catch my breath. Lyris is guiding ahead. I don't think I've talked so much in my entire life, and I've got another lifetime's worth of talking to do tomorrow. Huh? How about we trade jobs then? I'll get the Castilian delegation. You deal with the 13 nomadic abbeys scheduled to arrive tomorrow. How's that? All this running around is hard on my old bones. That will not be necessary, Reverend Patrison. E. How is communicating with our new Sarkaz friends? Fine enough. Not all the Sarkaz have set hatred aside. The ancient revenant with Speaker Wishado, for example, got rather worked up at the mere sight of the matriarch. Oh, okay, it's spoken with her? Okay. But the speaker shut them up. She's been so magnanimous that I'm having trouble reconciling my impressions with the rumors I've heard of her. The chief spokesman for the Castilian delegation is a lich by the name of Vermont. I wish you could have seen it. Okay. A 3-hour debate in which he engaged 17 cardinals from the first and 6 tribunals in a, well, animated exchange of opinions, encompassing everything from politics to the law, from faith to life and death. Small wonder that the whole procession of cardinals was spotted around the guava juice machine afterwards. They must have been soothing their parched lips and throats. Such energy at his age. I envied the man. Long story short, Castle accepted our proposal. The royal court will review the legacy of royal authority, and the Sarkaz will unite through the mediation of Laterano. I have also spoken to the Empress's voice. The Lefanian delegation will arrive at the Holy City early tomorrow morning. Now that's something you'll see every day. Remember how few answered the call for the first Summit of Nations 2 years ago? Most of the Lateran declaration was little more than a piece of paper, empty posturing. Empress, I don't know how to say that. Ewengegnade declined our invitation then. This time, she is proactively asking to take part in the Summit of Nations. Even Empress Grimact, who has long been out of the public eye, came out of the seclusion to join the envoy and visit Laterano. Huh? That really her? Pretty sure she was trapped in the other realm, no? It's a strong show of good faith from Nathaniel. Unless she somehow made it out by then. Shall we say the Second Summit of Nations has already met expectations? Exceeded them, Cardinal believe. Colombia, Ursus, Yan, even distant Ager, all nations that should be here are now present. Take a dream. Only the inevitable result of Laterano's development over the ages. The prophesied calamity draws near. The black snow on the Isosami, the hole in the sky above Lefanian, even the raging tides that dash against the coast are all portents of this inevitable arrival. In the face of calamity, everyone wants order. Lateran order. You're correct, but even after all our preparation, the sight still feels unfamiliar. It's like that for you. Imagine how it must be for everyone else. Even the one has heard of the path that Laterano has paved in response to the prophesied calamity countless times during one's enlightenment. One cannot help but hesitate when coming face to face with the ultimate end. What about yourself? It's bad form to flaunt one's age, but when you get to my age, there's not much to hesitate about. Are you ready to retire? I can hardly bite through a cactus's tart these days. A cactus tart these days. I said cactus. This summit may be the last day I can do for Laterano. That might have more to do with your taste in food, Reverend. I would have a hard time biting through one of those, or cactus tarts you're talking about. You're aware that all the cactus tarts among the refreshments were made specially for you. Literally no one else in all of Laterano has any interest in them. You must be joking. The cactus tarts were a recommendation from an old friend, a true connoisseur of desserts. What was the name again? Doesn't matter. Back to the topic at hand. The vows that the people make the subsequent ceremony at the Shrine of Nursery are the more important. We must show everyone in the most forceful manner the potential of Laterano. Of course, I'll get on the handover of the 17th Tribunal immediately when the Summit of Nations gets underway. I will head to the shrine and ensure that the ceremony is executed without a hitch. No need to rush. Never mind. Your people are all the same. They complain a lot, but they have no patience when the time for action comes. Are you reminded of your Fia? I believe she has returned, according to the mission logs. Yes, we'll have a family get-together tomorrow. I hope she likes my gift. Huh? The Shrine of Nursery. What a miracle. Lemoine, Cardinal of the 7th Tribunal, go ahead. Cardinal Lemoine, your presence is required at Via Jovitia, Pagus Stevanus, to investigate a possible bombing. Reverend Patrison, I don't believe this was on today's schedule. You may not understand, as you were recently created, but emergency assignments take precedence over all other arrangements, regardless of organ. An emergency assignment? But where did this decision come from? Is there any documentation to reference? Whether a situation is an emergency or not is always self-evident. There is no need for additional determination. Someone of unknown identity and in possession of unregistered explosives has been seen in public multiple times without notarial hall oversight. This is a grave threat to the order of Laterano. The centuries-long peace of this holy city must not be broken by any illegal explosion during the Summit of Nations, with the eyes of all lands upon us. The suspect has been sighted in Via Jovita and Pagus Stevonis. You are the nearest officer of the Curia. Proceed to the scene immediately. Your aide and notarial hall executors will join you. ETA approximately 10 minutes following your arrival. Understood. Lemoine. What else do I need to know? I had meant to congratulate you on your creation, but I guess I should wait for tomorrow's gathering. Will you be there? One of you only gotten busier as your retirement draws near, and you always put my duties first? I can't deny that. I've postponed meetings with old friends so many times that I can hardly remember their names, leaving me too embarrassed to meet them anymore. That's real. But I'll try to make the gathering tomorrow. Take care, Reverend. I'll head to Via Jovita immediately. Can you hear me? Nimwin. I'm near the Shrine of Nursery, but something just came up and I need to be elsewhere. Did you say something? I couldn't make it out. Why are you whispering? Oh. You're not the type to keep your voice down. No. Lemoine, you misunderstand. I'm fine, but there's a situation. I need to stay hidden and keep quiet. See you at Fia Medisting, then. Sure. Take care. Phew. Who was that? twins? He's here. He might be whispering, but he can't fool my ears. I don't need to guess where he where he is. He's not behind the curtains or the pillars. This wardrobe is only half his height. There's no way he could hide in here. It's what he'd want us to think. What a dummy. It's not that he's dumb. It's that we're too smart. We found you, Senor Nurture. Oh. Yo. The new clothes on him is sick. Andoyan. I still think it'll be super cool if we get him as an operator. Alright, you got me. 30 extra minutes of free time today. Damn, that looks really cool. Yay, let's play Halo, Senor Nurture. I'll be the first to get in the bottle, the first one out of the front, and the first one you hug. Then we'll hold hands and meet the other kids behind when they come out. Hello. Are you bothering Andoyan again, children? They just want to play a little longer. It's all fine. Giselle, Romeo, go make your preparations at the Hall of Enlightenment. You can start the game once I get there, okay? Don't you ever say no to the children. I guess that's why they trust you and look up to you. Just a few weeks ago, they were terrified of these unfamiliar halls. It was a struggle just to give them a change of clothes. Now they feel at home, all thanks to you. I didn't do anything, except stay with them. You're very much like the matriarch, down to your humility. Just having you with them makes all the difference. Was it not your companionship that helped the mother you and the matriarch brought back through the worst? I remember the first thing the surgeon did after leaving the operating room was to check if he still had his halo. He could not understand how the mother managed to survive with her baby after her abdomen was impaled by a spear. Ooh. It was a miracle. We'll call it a miracle once she's successfully given birth. Meanwhile, I will continue to care for her as best as I can. I'm beginning to understand why the matriarch holds you in such high regard. It is reassuring to know that you are in charge of the most important duty of the nativity, the delivery of the child. The Shrine of Nurturing will be ready for full operation if the nativity goes well. Every child born at Terra henceforth shall have the protection and blessing of the Holy City. That would be the true miracle. I hope so. I do hope so. I must not keep you any longer. Giselle and Robia are still waiting for you. So they deliver children. Interesting. It's quiet. Your procession of halos stretches from one end of the street to the other. No one stops and there's no commotion. Someone may step out of the procession to enter a passing confessional, or pick up an ice cream cone from a desert cart, before continuing on their soundless parade. Silence and order. This is how things have always been in Laterano, the holy city. I'm in position. I didn't find suspicious personnel, no unusual activity at this time. A figure flashes by a corner in the distance. The wind blows her hood open briefly, revealing a streak of bright red. Oh, is it Exu?
I'll come back at the appointed time. Or an hour late. I'm Bolivarian, after all.
May the Lord bless us.
Oh, I need actual darts.
Aim. Loose.
I'm not the one who will regret letting things get to this point.
The music is nice.
Feel the bowstring tremble.
gather at my fingertips.
Oh, maybe I should add Federico and Arturia. I totally forgot about them.
My bow has
Although my
three
executive
choices,
alter
and
actions
the
haven't
enemy
raised them
3 hardships.
after all these years.
Monster 座標についた
Feel the bowstring tremble.
Dude, the music in this event is so goated.
Mission accomplished.
Have you checked all the intersections? Yes, Your Eminence. We didn't find any suspicious individuals. We also interviewed potential witnesses nearby, but at this time we have no concrete leads. Moisures might spring up on the wet pillar by themselves, but bombs don't, do they? Huh? How could they? With the exception of the public officers of the Curia and the Shrine of Nurtury, anyone who is in possession of explosives is subject to surveillance by the Notarial Hall. Interesting. It's been years since an unplanned gunshot last rang out in Laterano, never mind an explosion. Then one bends down and retrieves a bomb fragment from the damaged pillar. It's pretty sophisticated. If a bomb like this was filled with central explosives, the blast would have damaged far more than just one pillar. Do you mean it was homemade? But why? A practical joke. The Lateran Arms Control List was compiled by the Curia's extremely experienced explosives experts. Pretty much anything that could possibly cause a good-sized explosion is on there. It would take a considerable effort to assemble a bomb like this using materials not on the list. No one would do this for a whimsical practical joke. Besides, today is no ordinary occasion. The Second Summit of Nations is underway. Nemoi recalls the streak of red. She feels a bit of an unease and even more perplexity. Give me the files on recent movements around Villavita. Correction, all of Pagus Stavonis. What is it? Files that are clearly relevant to the case at hand should have been retrieved the moment we received our orders. There you are. Oh. New NPC dude? Almost looks like it's a peace sign. Forgive me, Cardinal Lumen. Here are the files you requested. My name is Amos. I'm an investigator with the Civils Tribunal. I will be serving as your aide and conclavist. You're late, Amos. Patricion said you'd be here at approximately 10 minutes after I arrive at the scene. Here we are, 30 minutes later. I'm so sorry. I was preparing refreshments for the welcome ceremony. I didn't think it would be so urgent. Shh. I assume you've heard about me. If the 7th Tribunal appointed you as my aide. Lemuel the Silent. I tolerate no excuses. Hey, there he is. Want some ice cream, Federico? This was on me. I'm not in the habit of enjoying dessert in the middle of a mission. Besides, I already partook before leaving the Notarial Hall. So it was you who took the last cup of the from the lounge. How about you tell me why you rushed out of the Notarial Hall in such a hurry? Reward for me solving that case, so to speak. I've been standing at this intersection for 10 minutes, but there's nothing here. I am under no obligation to share my private affairs with colleagues. You said you were in the middle of a mission. What's that sound? Oh, you were waiting for a confessional. You've certainly accumulated your fair share of sins as an executor with the highest rate of complaints at the Notarial Hall, but it's still a huge surprise to see you proactively seeking confession. Here. What? I expensed the cost of a City of Gold blind box on that field mission to Sargon, which resulted in my reimbursements being twice as much as what was actually spent on mission costs. I went out my door with shame weighing on my heart and spotted a confessional driving by. Anyway, long story short, I got myself an annual pass. You can borrow it. Arrival announcement. Automated confessional Alcaro 001 is arriving at the station. Please sign up to enjoy confessional services. May all who are lost find salvation. The confessional enters review, and Federico reaches out. Even Roma knows you don't have any emotional needs, Federico. Virtually every Lateran comes into contact with confessionals in the course of their everyday lives. In a way, these machines hold more diverse and comprehensive data than what's stored in a notarial hall. They form natural archives, revealing abnormalities. I have arrived at certain conclusions. One second, Federico. You don't have to share your conclusions, but can you at least explain what you're looking for? Is Spuria with him? Self-reflection is part of the daily studies of the faithful. As an extension of the church, there are almost as many confessionals in the holy city as there are desert carts. These mobile public facilities roam the streets and alleys of Laterano, ensuring that citizens' emotional relief is always immediately available. In a tiny private space among the holy scriptures, guns, and pleasant music, a penitent may spill their guts to the electronic confessor. Sins can range from the shame of consuming too much sugar to the crime of betraying one's kin or bringing harm to one's people. After rejecting Federico, the automated confessional stops in an alley, opening its door to allow a mysterious guest to enter. Oh, Exucii. You're late, Exucii. You were the one who told me to be careful. I made sure I didn't have a tail on my butt, and you didn't give that stone-faced guy a chance to fiddle with anything. You may have observed something abnormal about me. Let's pray he doesn't catch you and tear you apart piece by piece. What is it? You changed your clothes. Of course I did. A Penguin Logistics uniform is way too conspicuous for Laterano. I designed this outfit myself. I've only worn it once, in my graduation. And it's you we should be talking about. You know how weird it is to hear your voice come out of confessional speakers? Back on topic. The experiment failed. I hate to admit it, but yes. It took so much effort to find the replacement materials. The market, the bakery, the playground, the school's secret shop. I went through every single source I could think of. And they didn't even blast a pillar in two. Any material that's even halfway decent is restricted and no one could give an answer when I asked why. It was her. It's not because of the Summit of Nations, right? Who's she speaking to? If anyone in Laterano thought this beautiful sight and sound of the explosion would be any threat to the Summit of Nations, then it's not me with the problem, it's Laterano. As for the Summit of Nations, they just announced the final event of the whole deal. Some nativity ceremony in that shrine. Are you telling me they built a building big enough to be seen from any corner of Laterano? Not as a desert museum, but to put on some kind of live birthing show? You have corroborated the anomaly of your home with your own eyes, as you had hoped. As you can see, this is not the Laterano you know. It's not like I could just trust you blindly. You're just an electronic confessor after all. But now I believe you. There's something really wrong with Laterano, and the worst part is, nobody thinks anything's wrong at all. Oh, is it that... I'm guessing it's that big building that appeared in the beginning. Because in the animated CG, we saw Federico and Arturia fighting Exucia and Lemoen. But it seems like they were being controlled, maybe? Or seeing something that was not there. The shrine and the ceremony. If all the anomalies are centered around the two of them, then it's on us to bomb them, isn't it? If I figured out how to blow up a shrine that big using only common household items, shouldn't every university in Laterano give me a lifetime achievement award? As long as you reawaken their love of explosions. Can you believe it? The Laterans need someone to remind them that they love explosions. Sounds like a nightmare, doesn't it? Should've taken more than an afternoon at the firearms workshop to do the job. Oh yeah, the firearms workshop. The workshop's going to be closed, but the people are still around. One moment, XSUI. I know what you're gonna say. It's too dangerous. Firearm workshops is the first place it would look if anything happened, right? Don't worry, I'll be careful. You do the same. Don't get yourself taken apart. That's my job. Once this is all over and done with. Anyway, welcome to Laterano. We're back, baby. My investigation is now concluded. Thank you for all your contributions. We can go back to the 7th Tribunal once we sign off on the paperwork. If the refreshments at the welcome ceremony haven't gone stale yet, may I count on your insistence in eliminating them with extreme prejudice. I would like you to accompany me to the Arknights, Amos. Is there a problem? If by Arknights you mean Reverend Patricion, I'll ask Joshua to accompany you. Explain. There was an incident a decade ago when a nomadic abbey was escorting prisoners back to Laterano. A terrible fight broke out between the Arknight and her cohort. By the time the courier sent someone, much blood had been spilled, and the Arknight had fallen. She was exiled from Laterano and has not been heard from since. I've heard of the case. That Arknight was my wife. It was Reverend Patricion who led the cleanup task force and exiled her. You've been with the 7th Tribunal far longer than I have, Conclave Estamos. I don't need to remind you of your duty, and the duty of the Arknights. No, you misunderstand. My wife was entirely at fault. Any Sancta who raises their patron firearms against one of their own must be judged by the law and expelled from paradise. I am in no position to criticize Reverend Arknight Patricion. However, I can't bring myself to see him like this either. Is this how you've handled any previous dealings with the Arknights? Yes. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Give me 5 minutes. I'll try to collect myself. Maybe I can go with you. I don't mean to reprimand you. I just think that this is part of what we do at the 7th Tribunal. We spend our time seeing people we don't want to see, and not seeing the people we want to see. Or worse, seeing the people we want to see in the worst ways possible. I hated handing down instructions to Mustima and the others. But they said you volunteered to join the 7th Tribunal. Because there's a lot I can do here. The same goes for you, Amos. Thank you. But I don't really have aspirations. It was like that when my wife was around, and even more so after she left. There's a lot at the 7th Tribunal that needs doing. For example, there are still several firearm workshops that need attention. It's our first priority right now. The seizure of the firearms workshops must proceed without a hitch in order to prevent any more explosions. I'll leave it to you. Be quick, won't you? Busy none. Are you tired? You've gone through 6 rows of wheat with your sickle since dawn. Perhaps you should take a break by the haystacks. Arturia. Oh! I'm not so frail. Besides, nothing. I just wanted to see where the fields end. I can't make out the boundary. Even my music can't penetrate it. You'll have to work harder. Oh hey! We meet again, Sister Hildegard. Oh, she has a nice sprite. Good afternoon, Arturia. I brought your lunch. Bread, some ice cream crackers, and a large mug of craft beer. Okay, it's cool seeing Arkito and Laterano event finally. Thank you. Work harder, you said. What I mean is, there's plenty for us to do. Look at the golden stalks, the undulating waves of wheat. It's another bumper harvest in Laterano. Setting aside our own food stocks, Landon Monastery will be able to put twice as much grain as usual into system milk bread and craft beer this year. It'll be a good source of income. Why are you laughing? Give me a moment. Why are you laughing? The way you talk about life makes me appreciate this prison even more, Sister Hildegard. The respect you show for this prison makes me appreciate you even more, Arturia. I'm very curious about your transgression. I heard the other nuns saying that your music is beautiful, but dangerous. I have a question. If I recall correctly, Landon Monastery was founded to protect the Pope and important clerics of the Lateran Church, which makes me wonder when this place became a prison. Is it not protecting important clerics and the peace of Laterano to put certain individuals of note under observation? The significance of Landon Monastery has never changed. Besides, the more important the monastery is to the Holy City, the less likely we will fall insolvent. How did you acclimate to this place so quickly as a Liberi? What do you mean? I grew up here. I see. Oh, I almost forgot. This is what you requested yesterday. Gracias. What made you want to read the Saint's Travels all of a sudden? Arturia gazes into the distance. Behind her, the worn image of the monastery. Before her, a golden sea of wheat. The wheat field runs to the edge of the holy city and seems to extend infinitely into the distance. The breeze blowing through the wheat makes a nary sound. Laterano seems to slumber. Penance, of course. What is the reason might a prisoner have? Alrighty.
少しは打ち漏らすかと思ったけど、うまくいったみたいだね。
Tutorial stage. If you are so used to the holy city being an eternal, spotless white, then how would you ever notice the changes the sky casts onto it? Strange days in the holy city. Oh hey, Platinum. Here's a shrine of nurturing. Here, thousands upon thousands of children share in the same sweet dream. This is because of the dream tiles installed here, which causes our operators to immediately fall into a dream and deploy on them. What are these? Dreaming operators cannot attack, gain SP, or use skills, and do not even react when attacked. Operator Kuwara is here to help. Oh, she's dreaming and can't block any enemies. Project Red is trying to intervene, but she can either deal damage or inflict negative statuses on enemies while dreaming. We need to wake up our dreaming operators. It may take a long time for operators to wake up by themselves. Let's have our waking operators help out. We can use slightly extreme measures. Hidden dreaming operators increases their wakefulness, and dreaming operators are fully awake. Injured operators also gain wakefulness when they are healed. Awakened operators are particularly spirited. Not only have they recovered other HP, their HP has also been filled to max. Okay. Morning, we start approaching to ensure that enough operators are awake. Like what the children are wearing, they may seem to be playing some kind of character. Maybe they can tell us something to wake them up. I'll leave the rest to you, Doctor. So there's speed range.
Smiter, the Tower of Void.
Mission accomplished. 敵の顔は覚えてる。一人残らず倒した。
Pray, a miracle will befall this land when everyone believes that even the most fantastical dreams can become reality. Okay. Let me add Executor here. That is not Executor. Oh, I think I've raised them. Where you at? Here we go. Yeah, I haven't mastered him. I haven't got his module. It's fine though. We'll use him like that.
安心していいよリーダー。配達物は欠損ゼロで届けるからさ。心配。
If the musical movement were not inherently prescribed,
Okay.
why do we adhere so rigidly to its interpretation?
We'll just throw the Vanguard here. Lupus is fine.
Il più forte lascialo a me.
Got it. You've determined that use of force is required in the current situation, and I'll trust you on that.
Firearms Workshop via Burgos Pagas Faber. Hello, anybody home? Sculptures of saints line the walls of a small workshop, acting as makeshift display shelves, exhibiting guns to would-be customers in impossible arrangements. But Amos does not see a single customer. No one stops at the door to the workshop except for himself. His first feeling is that the whole place seems cold and cheerless. Not even the proprietor is present. Gazing on the dim light cast upon the sculptures, his second feeling is one of eeriness. Signor Paganini, are you in? Why would a gunsmith have such an absurd name? Amos looks around, then bumps into something. That is a literal fucking owl. Damn, he's fat. He looks around and finds himself staring into a pair of massive, luminous eyes that peer straight at him from the shadows. Massive eyes. Who are you, barging into my place like this? Let me put my glasses on. Oh, now he has style. A functionary. Sorry, I was taking a nap because there's no business lately. I wasn't expecting an official visit. I am Cardinal I. Ramos. I came to see what the handover of this firearms workshop is in order. And you are? I am Paganini, the guy with the absurd name. Wait, you're a Libri. Do I look like a Sancta to you? Sorry, what I meant is I've never seen a Libri in this line of work. After all, only Sancta use Patron firearms. Got a problem with it? Chefs don't necessarily eat their own cooking. I can't use the weapons I make, that's all. Do you need my gunsmith's license? I must have made close to 1,000 Patron firearms for the people of Laterano, if not more. Maybe even yours. Phew, this is some real premium work. Well above my craftsmanship, that's for sure. Not that it matters anymore. I'm about to close up shop. Our recent orders have been cancelled. The Notorial Hall can have this last batch of guns. You've already prepared? I thought I would be trouble. Thought I would give you a hard time. That's not what I meant. The registrar indicates that this workshop has been around for a century. As a Libri who has chosen to make Patron firearms for the Sancta, it must hold incredible significance to you. Save it. Anyone could tell that gunsmiths have become a dying breed these last few years. We've all been waiting for the day to come. If you're asking whether I like it or not, no, of course I don't like it. Do you want to hear about the insomnia I've had lately? I can arrange a confessional for you if you wish. The 7th tribunal will cover the cost. If anyone here needs a confession, it's you. This old man's set to retire, but my apprentice, Vanini, she hasn't even had the chance to make her own Patron firearm. If all the firearm workshops are gone, you'll be responsible for her future. Of course, Closing the firearms workshops is part of a process to make the firearms manufacturing more standardized and efficient. Gunsmiths like you and your apprentice remain valuable talent. I will pass this on to the 6th Tribunal, which is responsible for civil matters. Your apprentice, Vanini, should receive a recommendation to the Shrine of Gunsmithing in Pagus Michilion, which is almost complete. Shrine of Gunsmithing, huh? I hope they're that confident when they actually start smithing guns. I have faith in Lateranos. Yeah, I've read it too many times. If you have no objection, I would like to ask you to sign these papers. Effective immediately, this workshop will cease operation, with the Notorial Hall handling follow-up matters. Damn, he fat. Pleasant day to you, senor. See yourself out. Ooh. She looks nice. Pagus Fiver via Burgos. How familiar. This is the place. No, just Mister. Oh no, he might be on to her. Has the connection been established? I think so. We've been waiting for 2 days on the outskirts. I want to go out and get some fresh air. These Laterans invited us onto this mobile abbey while we were wandering in the wilderness. They made us wait like this once we got to Laterano. I apologize for keeping you waiting. 12 other nomadic abbeys have reached Laterano, in addition to the busy schedule of the Summit of Nations. We beg your understanding. Or for your understanding, the Notorial Hall has prepared temporary accommodations at Pagus Ambrosius. Once you've settled down, the 6th Tribunal will help you with the registration and social welfare. Sister, you mean that outsiders like us will get to stay in Laterano? From the 2nd Summit of Nations, Laterano's doors will be open to all races. You shall find a home in the city. Hey, Extra, are you alright? Isn't that kind of what Andonian wanted, in a way? I'll find the doctor. No, you can't let the Sancta find out, not yet. Please let me through. Don't worry about it, sister. We can take care of this. You're busy, aren't you? Oh, it's a pregnant Sarkas. Ah. Are you pregnant, Sarkas? You people didn't stop the Sarkas from entering the abbey. You're gonna make it a problem now? You want me to go? I'll go. I don't need help from the Sancta. You won't lay a hand on me or my baby. You misunderstand. It's just we have no directive for accommodating pregnant mothers in the abbey's standard operating procedures, and thus, Sister Angie is not sure what to do. Allow me to bring you to the Shrine of Nurturing, Sister Angie. The Shrine of Nurturing is not yet open to the public. This is against regulations. Besides, what are you doing here? Whoa. Wait, she looks cool. What the hell? Who's this? Our Lord has guided me to where I should be. Looks like something you see out of Elden Ring or something. Dude, that design is sick. We must have some flexibility. The Shrine of Nurturing cannot ignore an ailing mother. Yes, Matriarch. I am Kef, Matriarch of the Shrine of Nurturing. Simply put, I am its caretaker. The woman with golden hair turns slowly towards the Sarkas. Her voice is soft, yet crystal clear, seemingly carefully probing. The Sarkas sees the 2 black horns on the woman's heads. Oh, those are horns? Then turns her gaze to the woman's eyes. She sees an empty void underneath the intricate patterns of the eye patch. What are you? Sarkas? Sancta? Blind too? Sarkas, Sancta. We have no need of these words of distinction. You and I, we are alike. Like you. I am nurturing lives that I treasure. My lack of sight does not prevent me from perceiving you and the new life you carry. The anxiety and joy that it brings you. We Sarkas don't talk this way. You're Sancta. The strange sanctum was children. Do you raise your children in that shrine of something? What kind of place is it? The shrine of nurturing, where new life is born and nurtured. You and I stand in its shadow. I mean, she does have a wing. I guess that's her halo? A shrine for giving birth. Birth is sacred. Each new birth is a continuation of the Lateran faith. Only in this way may we shape the future. I don't understand. Long have you wandered the wilderness. You have not enjoyed the care that a mother should. You are weak, and so is your child. Are you sure you want to leave the holy city that is so near and return to the wilderness at a time like this? Your name is Extra, madam. You don't like it? We understand the difficulties facing the Sarkas. Many Sarkas mothers name their children Extra, seeing them as nothing more than a little extra in their lives. The name's got nothing to do with my mom. I took it myself after I got pregnant. Who's to say who's the extra? You got a problem. You treasure your bonds with your child. You are proud of having this little extra in your life, and you want everyone to know. This is a wonderful, noble sentiment, madam. It should not be tainted by racism or hatred. I know what you fear. All people here in this abbey, Sancta, Feline, Coranta, Lupo, and Vulpo alike bear witness. The Summit of Nations is underway. Countless outlanders from all nations have flocked to Laterano. Laterano will not be foolish enough to harm a pregnant mother with all this attention. You have my word. Alright. Thank you for your understanding. Let us welcome the birth of a new life together in Laterano. It will bridge a gulf and bring new meaning. This birth will be a great achievement. This is why I have come. Our Lord has guided me to where I should be. Welcome to Laterano. You are needed here, all of you. That was a cool scene. What it is you're after, I'm sure I can't help you. I haven't said anything yet. Alright, Senora Sacta, what do you want? Do you need your guardian gun fixed? Or you want some custom ammo? Go out the door and turn left. You might just find one of the last firearms workshops in Pagas, Michilion that hasn't shut down yet. If you can get there before the functionaries. I signed the handover documents from the 7th Tribunal 10 minutes ago. I'll be violating the law if I did anything with the stuff now. What if I said I wanted to make an explosion that would shake the city? Not interested. Come on, you're Master Pag, the king of gunsmiths. If anyone will want to see an explosion, it's you. Don't butter me up with a title you must have just made up on the spot. I know what you're afraid of, Master Pag. All I need is a little help. Lend me some equipment, some of your expert knowledge, to help me figure out what's going on in Laterano. I'm really anxious about all this. My boss always says nothing gets in the way of Penguin Logistics completing our mission, or the after party. You don't need to do anything. That way you won't be violating the law, right? Get your guardian gun away from my collection, Sancta. Besides, I know this gun. I made the damn thing. Haha, recognize it, don't you? Then you also know how powerful it is. I got Dr. Paola to make a new pair of glasses for you, Magister. She admonished me to no end. She says it's your punishment to keep wearing those antiques of yours. Here, try them on. Oh, whoa. Yo. Man, all these designs, they're really good. Who's this? What's going on, Magister Paganini? Okay, she's 100% becoming an operator down the line. Come on. Damn, she looks cool. Hey, if it is the quiet little girl, look how fluently you can gab now. What was your name again? Banhe, Vanessa? Oh, I know. Vanini. So she's the apprentice. Okay. See, we still got our teamwork. I remember now. You're Elle. You came to pick up your You came to pick your first patron firearm. Magister Paganini never lets me bother the customers when they come to the shop, but there was such a ruckus outside that day I couldn't help but peek. Magister Paganini found me out though. I don't remember much else because I was so scared he was going to yell at me. Sorry. Oh, so that's why? You were afraid? Weird. I thought you looked happy. What brings you here today, El? Vani. The 7th tribunal came today. My workshop is... I'm not officially a gunsmith yet. I don't actually work for this shop. It's not against the law, strictly speaking. Can I help this customer, Magister? I like your design a lot. Seems like Chusenchi. Gotcha, Senor Nurture. Where did you go? Ramya said you were hiding from us. Is that true? Of course not. Then let's play Halo. Father Andoyan is very busy. How about you guys play with me? Your Eminence. I have some private matters to attend to. I'll be back soon. What? Believe? She got updated clothing too? Dude, look at her. Look at these designs. Oh, that's so clean. I definitely like this sprite better than her old one. That's awesome. No need to be nervous. I have your leave request on file. What I should really ask is, what are you doing here with the children when you're supposed to be on leave? Her snap. I had enough time for one round of Halo. And then, did you think the children won't let you go out so easily? I'll think of something. I've heard you completely incapable of saying no to the children. Who could ever imagine that the first nurturer the matriarch nurtured, one whose diligence and piety are beyond question, was once a criminal who violated the law? I'm only attending the family gathering of a friend I've not seen in a long time, Your Eminence. I told you, no need to be nervous. I'm not worried about you burning Laterano while blowing a balloon or baking a cake. I'm just curious, why is there such a stark difference between how the matriarch sees you and your profile in the Curious records? The matriarch has never overlooked or denied my sins, Your Eminence. She simply places more importance on my understanding with her. It was before she became a matriarch. Our paths crossed by sheer chance when I was taking refuge from a catastrophe in an abandoned nomadic abbey. The matriarch may be blind, but her sense of hearing is impeccable. She caught a faint cry coming from the basement in the midst of the deafening roar of Originium dashing against the distant mountains. A mother, lying in a pool of blood in the shadows on death's door. She attempted to intimidate the matriarch and protect her own child, but all she managed was an expression of great pain. The mother you and the matriarch first brought to the holy city. Her injuries were such that even the most determined physician would have given up hope. What made you think she would live? She's more expressive too. I did it. I didn't think she would last a night, but the matriarch had a faith in a miracle. As though it was an inevitability. The matriarch wanted me to believe too. Believe that the poor mother would find salvation thanks to us. And she did. At first, without medical training, all I could do was empathize and be by her side, caring for her in what ways I could. You lingered in the Stranded Abbey for 3 months for the sake of a miracle? Laterano needs a miracle. I really hope we get these two as operators one day. Then you're much more rational than I thought, both of you. Perhaps I should see you in a different light. Certainly, if it convinces the Curia to offer great support for the Shrine of Nurturing. So rational, it's almost boring. Hurry along now, Nurturer Andoyan. At the very least, I hope to see the nativity through without a hitch. Alright.
I'll come back at the appointed time. Or an hour late. I'm Bolivarian, after all.
My bow has 3 choices, and the enemy 3 hardships.
That surprised me. I didn't expect to see her with an updated sprite.
brother at my fingertips.
Whoa, what is that? Really increase movement speed and attack.
Draw, aim,
Oh, I don't like that.
loose.
Prayers are unnecessary.
狙撃、あなたが不法を聞くのは誰なのか考えたことある？
Pretty straightforward.
Mission accomplished.
Nurture. Madam Extra, you must take your nutrition. I said I don't want it. If you have specific dietary requirements, we can make efforts to accommodate them. You think I'm a picky eater? But, yes, you have beds and foods, and your leader, that matriarch, said you wouldn't do anything to me. But I just don't feel comfortable. In the wilderness, I know what can kill me, and I know what I need to give birth to this baby. Where to hunt, how to keep warm, how to block off the entrance to my cave, and with that, I don't have to worry about myself or my baby. But here, ugh. Get out. Take the food with you. I didn't touch it. I'm sure there are people who need it more in this place. Reverend Gunnight Patricion. Yes, the matriarch was looking for me. She's inside. A minute, please. The matriarch has been tending to the pregnant sarcasm woman who arrived in poor shape, but it's been an hour and she hasn't come out yet. I'm not one to speculate, but the prejudices of the past have made it difficult for many sarcasts to accept our kindness. The matriarch has no weapons on her. I worry that... I'll check on her. The Arknight Patricion has served Laterano for many decades. He has forgiven many sarcasts and slaughtered many more. He has heard the sarcasts curse in fury, cry out in pain, roar in hatred, even plead in despair. But he has never heard them pray. And yet, the pregnant sarcast now kneels before a holy statue, her hands clasped together, stumbling over the unfamiliar words of liturgy. The matriarch stands behind her, her head bowed in prayer as well, the pair bathing in the warm glow. When the sarcast trips over a sentence, the matriarch waits for her. Damn, what a sight that must be, right? Especially as an old guy. You know, he's seen all this shit, but never a sarcast praying. All mortals desire peace and happiness, and fear hardship and sorrow. Therefore we stand together in prayer regardless of race. Matriarch, the sarcast. She has only just left behind the restless life of a wanderer. Now that she's experiencing idleness for the first time in her life, all the words she has never had time to ponder have rushed to the surface. She simply needs to learn to comfort herself. You taught her how to pray. We've only recited a few verses together. Let's go somewhere where we won't disturb her. Why have you called me here today, matriarch? I wanted to talk with you, to ease your troubles, but it seems like words may not be so necessary now. Troubles? I am not troubled. Are you not troubled? Or do you dare not be troubled? Everyone in Laterano knows that our ancient order was established in response to the prophesied calamity. As calamity descends, our order is stretched to its limit, yet no one can predict what will become of Laterano one day. I cannot imagine it, But I have faith it will be beautiful. You have given too much for it. The granddaughter you never have time to be with, the old friend whose name you've forgotten, and the other old friends you've exiled as guardian of order. To deny Laterano's future is to deny everything they have given and sacrificed for it. It is to deny yourself. Have no fear. A sliver of that future has already revealed itself to you. If the faith of Laterano can bring comfort even to the faithless, if Sarkas can pray side by side with Sancta, then our order shall open its arms to all. There will be no barriers, no one left behind, no unwilling partings. Sounds like you're describing a dream. Are we not about to lift the veil that separates dream from reality before the eyes of all? A miracle will befall this land when everyone believes that even the most fantastical dream can become reality. The nativity must go off without a hitch. Patricion. I'll do my best, matriarch. Oh, Mostima. You're blocking the screen, holy debt collector. You're the one who decided to sit that far back. Not that you're missing anything if I block a few scenes. It's just 8-armed chainsaw guy after all. I forgot if Meta directly stares at you. It's kind of freaky. Stop quoting random lines from the movie. You're not on the mission or in the briefing, you're in my house. I kind of like that name. Maybe you can use that as your code name for your next mission. How you too, Lemuel. You two sure can work together when it comes to making up bad code names. How's life as a cardinal, Lemuel? Keeping busy. Busier than when I was in the wheelchair. When was it that you got out of it for good, anyway? I don't remember. You don't really care much about me, do you? I'm so sad, and the only thing that can comfort me is if you let me feel your horns. Why don't you ask if Holy Debt Collector might let you touch her ear plumage? Go ahead, I don't mind. I never thought it would be the summit of nations that brought us back together after all this time. It's like every Lateran out there got called back to the city. I can understand Legati like Mostima getting recalled, but the old man brought me back when I was in the middle of a high priority mission to Sargon. Say, where is your grandpa anyway? He's the one throwing the party, right? Should be back soon. Who knows what he's up to? All he said was that since he was retiring, he wanted to make an important announcement while everyone's still here. It's nice to see the kids having fun while I get home from work. Makes me feel 10 years younger. That still makes you really old, Patricion. Reverend Goodnight. Now, are you angry at me for being late, Fia? I had to turn the office upside down, trying to find this thing. What's in the package, Reverend? Open it. Find out for yourself. Wow, a Guardian gun? Looks like it's been around for a while. Patricion, unless my eyes deceive me. The first Patron firearm I ever had. I picked it when I was 12. It stayed with me for over a decade until I became a gun knight. Soon, it'll become a true relic, when firearms workshops fade into the history of Laterano. Take it, Fia. What? A little token. Think of it as fulfilling an old man's wish. As your mentor, your guardian, some of what I did was, how should I put it, regrettable. You know you weren't the only student I cared for, but I was never a licensed teacher. The other one should have walked a better path. Aurela, the gunman who killed her cohort, that's a whole different thing. Oh, that was the woman in armor, I think. If I never walked that better path, it's not because of anything so drastic. It's because you don't have the little what's I have over my head, I know. But I took you in precisely because you were Libre. You never told me that. What regret are you trying to make up for this time? I didn't want to tell you. The loss of our friendship made me realize that I never truly knew a Libre. thought I was too clumsy. I thought I could learn to get along with the Libre. But I was never very good at it. I worried about your nerves that were constantly on edge, about your obsession over the accident, the anger that boiled within you, and how you struggled to fit in. But I never knew how to guide you. For the Sancta, empathy is a window that helps us understand each other. For you, it became a wall that kept you out. Hold it right there. Do old people always get so sentimental? Ha, you don't get it. What I'm trying to tell you is that everything is going to change after the Summit of Nations. The prohibition on patrol firearms for non-Sancta will be lifted, along with other rules like it. The lost acceptance of the Libre will extend far beyond just allowing you to live in this holy city. We will truly become one people, Fia. Do you think it's enough to just issue a few edicts, close a few workshops, build a shrine, and take in some wanderers? See? That's your first reaction. It means that deep down, you want to share true understanding with Lemuel, with Wostima, with us. You will understand, Fia. Then, if you're willing, you can take my place and become a true gun knight. Or go and do whatever else you want to. Things that were once open only to the Sancta. When that day comes, your friends will be there to bear witness, as they do now. Now, take your guardian gun for a spin. Fiametta does not fully understand what the old man said, and her two friends say nothing, but everyone present smiles at her. Fiametta raises the old patron firearm. Thumbs up. Oh, it's cool CG. It's neat. She has held many grenade launchers in her time, but she feels a strange sensation come over her as she touches the gun's barrel, like a terrestrial creature touching the sea for the first time. She cannot tell if the indescribable connection among the Sanctas has opened itself to her, or if it is simply a reaction to the Patrician's words. A Fiametta altar would be pretty cool. You were born different, Fia, but our paths must eventually converge. Nothing makes an old man happier than recognition from his child. Fiametta holds the gun tightly and lines up the sights of the door. Fiametta, it's been a while. Did you invite him, Lemuel? I knew he was coming, that's all. It was I who invited him. Letting go of hatred is also part of achieving true understanding. Is there anything I can help with, El? To make up for me not recognizing you? Not so fast. There's a few things about Laterano that I'm really interested in. It's been a long time since I've been here. Oh? When did the courier decide to shut down every firearms workshop in the city? It was recent. The edict was sent to all workshops in the city on the same day. It wasn't that much of a surprise. Arms control has been around for as long as I can remember, and it was about time they turned their attention to reforming gun control after all these years. Don't you find it strange? Should I? Magistrate Paganini said there was nothing unusual about the shops shutting down and opening up. He'd been talking about closing up for years. But this is a firearms workshop. Does that make a difference? This is where all Sanctas meet their guardian guns. Have all of you forgotten the meaning of a Sanctus patron firearm carries? Well... El, what are you doing? It's a whole lot of railgun. Jesus Christ. Exusia takes out a patron firearm and puts it on the workbench. When did she get this? She smoothly disassembles it, from the magazine to the barrel to the action to the case ejector. I'm not a terrorist or some kind of super mercenary. I just know my guns like I know my own joints. I remember how I came into possession of each and every gun. Yes, all of them. But the one that I felt the deepest impression, the one that left the deepest impression on me was the first one, when I stepped into this little shop, along with my parents and my sister. Exusiai's hands do not slow down, even as she continues talking. My sister told me that every Sancta has their very own passion firearm, or guardian gun, the same way as we were born with our unique halos. So picking a guardian gun is like making a friend. Replace our trust in empathy, open your hearts to one another, and learn to get along. You were what, 4 or 5 years old at the time? You were tiny, didn't have a halo, and you couldn't even talk. We didn't even notice you. Oh, interesting. That one skit, the bag of chips over Terra or whatever, it does mention that Sancta don't get their halos until they speak their first word. So to go 4 or 5 years without speaking is kind of crazy. Was she mute? The hell? By the time we knew you were there, you had your hands up on the scope I had picked, feeling it with a face full of curiosity. Well, Mr. Paganini said he found me in the gardens of the Ecclesia Requitum and brought me back to his workshop. I seemed to have problems with speech, and he thought I was mute at first. Oh, okay, that answers the question. It took me a few years for me to be able to put a few syllables together. I caused him so many headaches. I was never the kind of kid he could be proud of. I sneaked out that day without even knowing why, and I was so anxious I almost cried. Put your hand on it, Vanny, just like old times. Huh? Hesitantly, tentatively, but then he puts her hand on it. Master Pag put my hand-picked parts together, my mind filled with thoughts when I held it in my hand. Protect my parents and sister, make new friends, have the coolest graduation ceremony in Laterano. It told me I could do all that. You feel it. You felt it, don't you? The stuff you just said wasn't what I remembered at all, Vanny. I remember that I picked my guardian gun with a little girl I didn't know. We watched the Falbys cross the street, used the barrel as a talk tube. She didn't talk, but I could feel what was in her heart when we played together with the parts. That's why I knew she was happy when I saw her reddened eyes at the end. This is our secret. That's why I didn't say anything to my sis when she asked if I was bullying you. For me, that wasn't the day I made one friend. It was the day I made two. Exusiai brandishes her gun, which she has already reassembled, and smiles at the young apprentice gunsmith. Vanini has her eyes fixed on Exusiai, that sense of confidence and pride that was on her face throughout the process. Vanini cannot tell where the confidence and pride came from. It is almost like Exusiai is saying, I'm a Sancta, and this is a Sancta thing. What is it, Vanny? Well, I basically recreated what happened. You still don't remember anything. But I believe you, El. Huh? I was really sad when Magister Paganini told me this workshop would have to close. I thought it was because I've lived here for so long with him that I didn't want to leave. I believe you about this leak that you say Patron Firearms bring us, El. Even though it means that something has happened to the holy city that I can't comprehend. Yeah. How can I help? You've been here in the firearms workshop for so long. Surely you've got a way to help me make an explosion that will shake the city. Oh yeah, we're becoming terrorists. It's Fia alright? Most emails with her. You know what she's like. It's not so easy for her to forgive. What about Anduin? He left. If there's anyone who has a right to be angry, it would be you, Lemuel. You were the one who suffered the most. I can't argue with that, Reverend. But all emotions change with time. In the 5 years that I spent in that coma, Anduin served his sentence in the nomadic abbey, traveling across Terra, offering assistance to our scattered kin as his way of atoning. Finally, he decided to come back to Laterano, reintegrating as an ordinary nurturer. Laterano needs him. and he deserves a second chance. I'm glad you think that way. What was it you wanted to talk to me about? Still Fiametta. You know she insisted on taking the firearm courses when she was in school. She was always the first to show up for class, and the last to leave the firing range. She loved guns in a way nobody could ever doubt, even though she never learned to use one. But when you gave her your gun and that speech, that look in her eyes, I couldn't tell if it was doubt or disappointment. But the one thing I know is that it wasn't pure joy. Is that right? I thought she would be happy, at least before Anduin showed up. I still don't understand how she feels after all these years. Your announcement took me by surprise, let alone Fiametta. The prohibition on passion firearms for non-Sakta will be lifted, along with other rules, like it. That part. Yet the arms control that we've been pushing for so long has only now come to its most important stage. You mean the two policies conflict? What I want to ask is, have you received any further revelations? Have greater goals been bestowed upon our arms control work? The goal has never changed. All forms of control exist so that everyone will be able to use guns more efficiently, more widely. The firearms workshops have a long history, but also plenty of flaws. Gunsmiths and customers both put way too much energy into them, trying to make each and every gun unique. Once the shrine of gunsmithing in Pagas Machilion starts operating for real, Laterano will be able to provide armed support to all nations and all races, when we have to. If the goal has never changed, why do the changes of the present seem so sudden, so out of place? Maybe because we're not so great at imagining the future. You're right that the matriarch has bestowed a greater revelation upon me. I will partake of the same revelation at the Nativity. When the time comes, it won't be just you and Fia. Millions of people will gain insight into the future, both inside and outside Laterano. Your shop, Lemon, and I'm sure you understand that our first priority is to make sure that the Nativity goes off without a hitch. I will continue to hunt the criminal trying to blow things up at this important time. Leave, now. I don't want to see your face. In the end, the gathering parted on less than pleasant terms. He had spent much time mulling over Patricion's invitation before accepting it. He was not unprepared for what might happen, but with a new dawn about to break in Laterano, he has decided to come and visit old friends, for reasons that he could not, or would not, put into clear words. What will become of the past once the new Laterano comes? He wanted a confirmation, nothing more. The wind brings a cloud that casts a tiny shadow in the corner of the street, and the wind frowns. He takes a few steps, then stops and waves over a confessional. Automated confessional, confess 47 at your service. Please insert your Signa Creditorium or Citizen credit card before beginning your confession. Sorry, I just remembered I have something else that I need to do. It's you. Is something the matter? Were you being followed? Was that why you would wait over a confessional? To check your surroundings? Do we need to call the guards? No. I guess I was just imagining things. Were you looking for me? The matriarch has returned to the Shrine of Nurturing. We came to take you back. Who that? Welcome back, Cardinal Lemon. Here are the handover documents for 5 firearm workshops in Pagas Fiber. This one's owner, Paganini, has signed the papers. Good work. The Notorio Hawk can take the rest. Speaking of which, there are some exceptional circumstances with the workshop on Via Burgos. The owner, Paganini, has an apprentice who is going to take her qualification exam. The courier will have to provide some form of compensation now that the shop has been shut down. Her name is Vanini, I think. I happened to pass by her when I left. She had a fiery red hair and a bright smile on her face. A really sunny disposition. That wasn't Vanini. Via Burgos. Sounds familiar. Look at the files on your terminal, Amos. The description does not fit Vanini. Oh, it's alright. Maybe just a passerby. You said she was a sanctum with fiery red hair? She had a hood up, but we were walking towards each other. I got a good look. Yeah? Yeah? Why?
All right, time to pack up my gun. Mission complete, Doctor. We achieved victory just as planned. So
Yeah.
there shouldn't be any post-mortem work required, right?
And what's this? This is Magic Paganini's firearm workshop. Here you can complete a variety of orders to different parties to obtain awards. Completed orders will be tallied for the following morning. Distributed reward based on the tally results. Oh. Who's this? Espresso. Everyday enforcement order requires one espresso to control automatically obtain one up. That's good news. Okay, our next goes with qualification exam, just around the corner. Need to show her how to make a gun of her own. I'll let you down for everything you've done for the magistrate. Oh, I see. Okay. Go. Unfortunately, I just did MT2, so I'll go back and do that later. Alright, worship. The dream has transformed our lives, and there are clues hidden within that allowed us to recognize this. The ends of the earth. Lungman. Or lounge. What are you doing here, Exusia? What are you doing here? The lounge is closed. I just ended up here, not sure how. An indentured employee's instincts, I suppose. But I might as well clean up, so long as I'm here. I forgot that guy existed, to be honest. Well, I'll clean that up. I saw that they were gifts for me, so I opened them. A crystal ball. This must be Bison. Wait, Mountain Dash Logistics has already expanded into Scarpacat? What is this whole stack of coupon vouchers? The more you buy, the more you save. The more you save, the more you buy. Does Croissant want me to clean out the mall? Sora's Syracuse Tour Live album, a chance encounter. Did she forget to send a couple of tickets? Carnival mask. This one's got to be from Texas. It's a little tight. Not great. This brush. Is it a different boss, or does he want me to use it to clean his vinyls for him? Hey Yif, what kind of hair do you think the brush is made of? Looks lupo to me. Say, why are the boss and Texas still no one will see me when the carnival's already over? I just got back from Sargon only to find the shop totally empty, not a soul in sight. Lupo hair sent from Emperor? I wonder why. Texas said she was setting up penguin logistics operations over there. As for the Emperor, he and his friends have some other matters to attend to. Matters besides recording sessions, parties, and employees training. Gotcha. Well, I guess it's all the same if I report to you. Oh? Give me a sec. I'm almost done filling it out. Filling what out? My leave request. I want to take a really long break, so I figured I should go through the former procedures. Exusiae. You know why I took the Sargonian job, right? Sargon. Mustima was assigned to the area's legatus, wasn't she? Bingo. Mustima told me that the one who did those things to Sis and her is back in Laterano. The one Sis would never show his face again. She hasn't fully recovered, but she's joined the Curia. Truth or secret, the events of the past has once again brought them together. The things that I came to Lungman to find out. You're going back to Laterano? Of course. Can't very well wait for my sis to come and see me. Texas, Sora, Bison Croissant, even the boss, of all people, are busy right now. All good things must come to an end, as they say. Never forget your roots. That's Penguin Logistics corporate culture, isn't it? On display every day, but correct in principle. Keep those gifts safe from me. Tell my friends that I'll be back once everything is taken care of. Is that your ride? What? No way. I only just decided. Rhodes? Exusiae. Hi guys, what's up? This just arrived at the office. Classified files from the landship. I'm exhausted. I came all this way only to get caught up in one strange thing after another. My head's spinning. Good work. We need to move quicker. Without a second thought, the Curia is treating the explosion as a terror attack targeting the Summit of Nations. Who would have thought that a harmless confessional would be a top-notch spy? Good work. I'll give you a pat on your speakers. Which is to say, you are a wanted fugitive now. I know. With Vani's help, though, our bombs can now snap 3 pillars with one blast. There's a long way to go, but pick the right pillar and a bomb attack can topple an entire building. The shrine is bigger than any building that exists on Terra. You must familiarize yourself with its layout. I don't suppose they'll let me in if I say I'm a fervent believer who wants to pay daily respects to it. The shrine is heavily guarded. Even confessionals cannot easily enter. No big deal. If there's a problem, find a solution. If there's no problem, make a problem. Never take a boring order. That's Penguin Logistics corporate culture. Your passion and perseverance are extraordinary. We have a hard time hiding your thoughts. You should not disturb those you know before it is time, even if it's my sister, right? That only motivates me more. I'll solve this problem, if for no other reason than to see my sis sooner. It's time to go, El. I know, Vanny. That apprentice. I've only met her a couple of times, but when it comes to this, I know I can trust her. I can already guess what you're worried about, but, well, it's hard to explain the connection between Sactas. Anyway, no need to worry. In that case, this confession has come to a close. Have a nice day. Why do comfort bells keep ringing? It's the 2 nurseries up ahead. Strange. There should be other nurturers in charge of them. Ugh. Did you just get punched? The giant milk bottles on each side of the corridor suddenly fall, knocking Anduin out cold. Situation? He's unconscious but alive. What kind of baby would need a milk bottle this big? It's heavy enough to give a full-grown burden beast a concussion. Anyway, it's for the best. There's commotion this way. What do we do next? Do we peek inside or... This is a strange place. You carry him. The rest of you, stay on your guard. We're getting out of this bloody place the way that we came in. Leader's waiting outside. We'll get this guy to answer our questions once he wakes up. Gotcha. Oh. Dead. Like wind from nowhere, the comfort bells that hang quietly in the corridor and nursery suddenly begin ringing. It is not a sound to put babies to sleep. It is a cacophonous, unceasing, a loud alarm. Damn. Oh, they can. Whoa, what the hell? Damn, these things look cool. Alert cancelled. Wait, wasn't this that thing we fought? Clean up the scene. Don't let the children see it. Take Nurture Anduin to his room. Anduin, you're awake. What happened? Intruders, but the guards caught them. Looks like your hunch was right. You were being followed. They were after me? You're the chosen nurturer. You must have the nativity in their sights. Or they must have. Who are the intruders? Just some wayward souls. Wayward souls? What I mean is, I don't know who they are. Our siblings will pick up the investigation. You know better than anyone else how important the nativity is. Stay safe and enjoy some rest. Were you frightened? Lean against my arm. No need to fear. It's a comfort bells. You will not hear those terrible sounds here. No hunters' whistles, no roaring of tusk beasts, no rumbling of originium tides. I'm here. I'm always here. I can feel how much you want to keep living with this life within you, as do I. Soon, everyone will hope for the same. There will be no more fighting, no more conflict. Everyone will join together in paradise. Everyone will walk together with you. Who's he talking to? What do you mean she just vanished without a trace? We had just cut the wheat. I had everyone take a little break after lunch. She said she wanted to play her cello, and I let her. She came to this leeward ridge, not too far away. We could hear her music all this time, so I didn't think too much of it. Then, when you came to find her, she was nowhere to be seen. What is this? Some kind of paranormal activity? Paranormal activity. Right at the door of the monastery. It'll make a nice movie. What I mean is, no need to panic. I mean, yeah, there was like 5 parts of it. You can still hear the music, can't you? Perhaps Arturia just went deeper into the wheat fields. Musicians can be an unpredictable lot. Take some and go up front. I'll handle things here. Examine the other scarecrow, sister. You should find a device like this on their necks. Who are you? Executor Federico of the Notorial Hall. I came for my regular visit of the prisoner Arturia. The young executor opens his palm. There's a paper dragonfly sitting on it, flapping its wings at a regular frequency to create pleasant music. Excuse me. Paper dragonfly? A form of musical arts. The prisoner must have learned it in Nathaniel. She used a page from the Saint's Travels. This detail is not important. What is important is I am now certain that Arturia is no longer under observation. She has escaped. I surmise as much. Arturia is an important individual, is she not? Based on the amount of resources that the Notorial Hall has committed, from issuing a warrant to achieving her apprehension, yes. The monastery has only recently regained its standing with the Curia and gotten out of the red. And this executor caught us on the spot. There's no way we can quietly bring Arturia back now. I can hear you, sister. Anyway, I must report this to the Curia immediately. There will be no need for that, sister. The Notorial Hall will take over from here. I was the one who apprehended Arturia. I will catch her before she could do any true harm. There will be no need for Laterano Monastery to file a report. That's not what the procedures say, is it? I see. You never intended to report this, did you? This is an awfully convenient coincidence. You came for this. You knew Arturia would escape. No comment. Arturia was just like you. It was like she had realized something and spoke in cryptic terms. If you won't let me report this, Senior, then I must join you in your pursuit of Arturia. Laterano Monastery is very important to me. I won't let it come to harm. The executive flicks deftly with his finger, and the paper dragonfly turns back into a creased page. The music disappears, and the fields are once again quiet. What are you doing? Retaining evidence. The sound I was making would have obstructed our investigation. Your request complies with the regulations of the Executor's Handbook. I hereby approve the request to join the hunt for the fugitive. Come. You're just as strange as Arturia, only in a much different way. It's the autism. I've seen it standing there like that every day, but when you get up close, how is it so crazy, Taw? What are these gill-like scales? Where do these bone-like passages lead? Gill-like? And what was the flowing color on the wall? It's like what you throw up after you eat a blueberry pudding made with soup water. What? I'm getting sick just looking at it. How do you know? How do you know what you throw up after eating blueberry pudding made with soup water? Just a little practical joke that didn't go the way I intended. Not the most pleasant of memories, but it almost makes a smile thinking back to it now. Back then, we could tell the difference between a practical joke and serious stuff, and we didn't build strange structures like this with true blue religious fervor. What even is it anyway? Some kind of massive biological organ? This place feels familiar. I must have been here before, but I can't tell whether it used to be a bakery, a chapel, or a munitions market. Since this huge shrine has always been here, it feels weird. Does your head hurt? It's not that hard to understand. Imagine your favorite pastry, which you visit once every few days, whether it's for a party or just because your sweet tooth is aching. When you happen to pass by it today, you can't resist. But when you bite into millefeuille you just bought, everything feels different. You wonder if they got a new pâtissier. Then you look up and find the whole storefront is different. It's pretty much just like that, right? Yeah. Wow. I can't put my feelings into words like that at all. But when did that millefeuille become different? No idea. It seems to have changed when I got back from Lungmen. So it seems like the Sancta are being influenced somehow. But why isn't it affecting Exusiae? That's what I wonder. I saw the shrine standing there as soon as I came out of the port. Say, how did I miss something this big from outside the city? Shh, Elle, over there. All patrols form up. Guard these halls in 3-team squads. Shifts change every 3 hours. We must not allow any further intrusions into the shrine. No attacks on the nurturers. Understood. Since when did the Pontifical Cohort's Lateran wear such distinctive uniforms? Wait, this scaly cape. Are these scars just for the Shrine of Nurturing? There are too many of them. I'm not sure how to get past. They blocked off all the paths. What do we do? We're here. Is this the place where Extra's resting? Yes, we can arrange for visits if you so desire. Dedicated nurturers have been assigned to her. She will receive the best possible care to Chica's birth. What about us? 13 nomadic abbeys with patients on the 4 figures. The Pagas Ambrosius you put us in doesn't have that many hospitals or sanatoriums. The Summit of Nations, with all its attendees, has stretched Laterano's medical resources to its limits. So, taking the pregnant woman already represents exceptional circumstances. However, you have come here out of trust in Laterano. Laterano must repay that trust. The Shrine of Nurturing is not scheduled to open to the public until after the Nativity. Most of the rooms are unoccupied at this time, and our nurturers have received basic medical training. The matriarch has already discussed this with the Curia. The Shrine of Nurturing will take in our friends from outside on a temporary basis until more permanent arrangements can be made. The guards will escort you to your rooms. You must remain here, as more patients are expected to arrive. The Lord's blessing be upon Laterano and upon all. See, there's a way. Don't tell me. Okay, so stuff is
私
fishy.
の爪に引っかかれないようにしてよ。
I'm not the one who will regret letting things get to this point.
Scaly and gill-like. Seaboard?
Don't worry, no need to scream. It's all over.
Prayers are unnecessary.
Shrine Marksman. Ow.
モンスター座標についた。
Don't worry. It'll be okay. Everything will be okay.
あ、チャーシューアップルパイ。
Mission accomplished.
I really like her new design. Is she taller than Lemon? She looks taller. Salve, Cardinal Relief. It's been a while. Not Cardinal anymore. I'm just an ordinary cleric in the Shrine of Nurturing now. Oh, that explains the white robes, I guess. Just believe then. Anyway, it seems like your fingerprints are all over it. What do you mean? The security measures I saw on my way in from the streets. You could go toe-to-toe with the Pontifical cohort. I have to earn my keep after all. Anyway, looks like I guessed right. What? It was indeed you who came to review our security, even though this is a job usually reserved for the Notorial Hall executors, or the gun knights at Pontifical cohort. I was still investigating the bombing that happened a couple of days ago. I'm not exactly an outsider. I wasn't instructed to take the bombers' investigation into account when planning security. Besides, your investigation hasn't exactly turned up anything concrete, has it? Unless you mean to tell me you came because it was Anduin who was attacked. Are you going to chide me that I should be thinking of the whole holy city as a cardinal of the 7th Tribunal, and not about my personal relationships? We know just what kind of person you are. Sharp, astute, decisive, all traits that served you well as a consistory. But we also know that these virtues of yours are most prominently displayed. I remember the reasons why you joined the Pontifical Cohort's commandos, Cardinal Lemuel. I read that report. Ha, do you really? I forgot it. You didn't really have any interest in the commandos. You just went to see Fiametta, didn't you? And Anduin. Really? That I didn't know. I thought you meant after you joined the commandos. You meant before that. It seemed like he had come from a faraway place, walking on foot. His clothes were tattered, and he himself was just as ragged. He sat on a bench in front of the chapel, still and unmoving, looking more like a statue than the actual statues of the saints on the roadside. That was the first time Ostima and I saw him. We met Fiametta at the midnight movies. We hit it off quickly. Anduin had trouble fitting in, having grown up outside the holy city. Fiametta, stubborn girl that she is, wasn't another one of those fights with her grandpa. Ostima and I wanted to see them. Didn't know each other beforehand, and the other Sanctus probably didn't intend to isolate them, but either way, the end result was... The two of them were the only ones left behind in that rubber bullet roulette that was the commando's initiation. And so you beat up everyone else on the scene. You and Ostima filled out your applications right there, becoming the last 4-man squad in that initiation. You ended up being the most active and most coordinated squad on the force until the incident. There's a lot I admire about you, Lemuel, but I must remind you, as a cardinal, the holy city must be your first and foremost and only concern. To me, the holy city begins with a long list of familiar names. So much for reminiscing. The 7th Tribunal knows our duty. If you really think of yourself as an ordinary cleric, then maybe I should pay a visit to the matriarch personally. Straight up ahead, isn't she? Oh, a CG. Lemuel spots the one she came to see. The golden-haired Sancta stands under a porch. She is praying, anxious. Her breathing is rapid, as she trembles visibly. Lemuel can feel herself overwhelmed by her counterpart's raging emotions. Matriarch? I overheard your conversation with Veliv, Cardinal Lemuel. Pardon my inability to converse calmly at this time. What's in there? A Sarkaz mother. She spent much time in the wilderness and declined food for 2 days after she arrived. She is not in good shape. Our nurturers are doing their best. She suffers from fear and anxiety. She does not want to give in to the pain and continues her struggle to stay awake. She is praying, awake, praying that her child will be born safely. All I can do is empathize and pray with her. You can empathize with the Sarkaz? Yes, Cardinal. As you worry for my outpouring of emotion, it is as clear as the innate empathy between you and I. Empathy. A blessing that the Lord has bestowed upon me, perhaps a place in my sight, or perhaps more simply because this place was built by a Laterano to welcome new life. Here our faith is strengthened and expanded. Here there are no barriers, no limits. Putting it in that light, it is our own people who need this place the most. Sunlight shines through the stained glass, illuminating the empty and solemn hall. The massive statue stands with its palms together, looking on the 2 tiny sanctas beneath it. Looking down. It's certainly a special place. I've seen plenty of statues in all sorts of poses, holding the gun and ready to shoot, but it's the first time I've seen one like this, and it takes some getting used to. Clasping its hand? Compared to the so-called Lateran statues that line the hills of Bolivar or the shores of Iberia, the statues seen in Laterano are the more incomprehensible. Cardinal. Paradise has shaped our faith, so peculiar that it has become somewhat distorted. The souls of the living praying for survival as they traverse catastrophe and suffering, such as the most basic face of faith. Matriarch, blessings to you. The mother's condition has stabilized. We have given her medicine and nutrition. She is sleeping now. That is comforting to hear. She is expecting soon. Please keep a close eye on her, and do not let yourselves grow complacent. Yes, Matriarch. Praise be to the Lord. I can feel the relief and joy coming from the bottom of your heart. Thank you for your companionship, Cardinal. I hope empathy did not cause my anxiety to affect you. I'm not so weak. Besides, your words were inspiring to an extent. You mentioned that you only came here later. Yes. Long had I wandered the wilderness, my companions withered in the mud. In order to find Laterano? No. At the time I never imagined that there would be such a city upon this land. But our shared vision finally helped me locate it. Our encounter here and now has written in fate. Or was written in fate. It is a blessing to be able to serve Laterano and my kindred after all this time, frail as I may be. I have a friend who works here. He also came from afar. In Laterano today and Laterano tomorrow, everyone must and will find their own place and play their own roles. Only then can we hope to fend off calamity. Seems we've gotten sidetracked. If there has been an attack on the Nurturers, the 7th Tribunal is happy to work with the Shrine of Nurtury in implementing security measures to ensure that the Nativity goes off without a hitch. I understand your worry for your friend and your curiosity about the shrine. As I said though, we must all find our own place and play our own roles. And there I was, thinking our chat was going nicely. Looks like I've been summarily rejected, haven't I? I'm sorry for your loss. I should have bought a few wheat stalks. If I only knew this had happened. Wheat stalks. For funerals at the Landed Monastery, we weave a laurel out of the wheat stalks and place it upon the departed's coffin. That way, the soul of the departed would be comforted by the scent of bread and beer on the other side. Thank you, kind sister. My brother and I were exiled by the General Chamber of Commerce because we were afflicted with oropathy and did not have the skill to participate in night sports. We came all this way to Laterano, only for his condition to worsen and take his life. But the courier helped bury him, allowing him to die with dignity. There was even the passing Sacta who played a requiem for him. I see. Was that Sacta a female with long straight black hair, playing a cello with an unusual shape? Yes. She played for you. Were you subject to any hallucinations or any psychological discomfort? What do you mean by discomfort? I know it made me cry. It was my brother after all. Senor Executor, I thought we agreed that I would do the questioning. Other executors from the Toriel Hall will soon be here to take these refugees to Pagas Ambrosias. We do not have much time. They are not suspected of any crime. I did not find complex interrogation techniques to be necessary. I visited Lungmen and Victoria when I was promoting the Landed Monastery, and I saw many people like them. They were forced to leave home due to unfortunate circumstances. Their previous dealings with the police have made them. Executors are more or less police, right? There's no need. You guys just took in outsiders with oropathy like us, even though I heard you used to kick your own infected out. So, right now, I don't have anything against the Lateran government. Besides, the gentleman here looks like a decent fellow. Is there something wrong with the black-haired Sancta you were asking about? Without permission, she left the monastery where she was under observation. We have tracked her here. She's a prisoner. I thought she was an official from your... what's that? 6th Tribunal? Why did you think that? She asked us about the abbey after the funeral, whether there was any equipment in disrepair, any safety hazards, any supplies we were short on. She made it a point to ask if anyone who recently entered Laterano had disappeared, especially any pregnant woman. Oh. Does it sound like Arturia just happened to pass by? How did it go? You know the answer. The matriarch's response was just like yours. Don't poke your head into other people's business. Hehe. I know you have good intentions, Lemuel, but you're also showing that you don't trust me. I beg your understanding. The Shrine of Nurturing, this great structure that casts a shadow over Laterano, which no one's quite sure when it came to be. You, Reverend Patricion, and the matriarch promised that this would be a birthplace of the future. Even the suspect behind the bombing seems interested in it. How could the 7th Tribunal, responsible for intelligence and national security, ignore something so prominent? Of course, I understand. Excuse me. Oh. The Nurturer leads a group past. Their footsteps echo through the empty hall. The people in the procession come from many different races. None of them speak, but all glance up and down at this unfamiliar place. Lemuel steps aside to let them pass. What is it, Cardinal Lemuel? Nothing. What I mean is, curiosity killed the feline. I guess I should expect a complaint from a predecessor if I continue to insist.
少し待て。組織サンプルを採取する必要がある。
EMT4? Okay, I gotta deploy the sniper here. Wayfinder. The one finding a path forgot the road he walked in on, but he still believes the place he stands is his destined endpoint. Why are you leaning against the wall in the weird pose? I thought I was looking at a statue. You could have heard my joints crack if you came in earlier. I should pay a visit to an artificer. See if I can't get some cushioning for my waist. I'm not sure the gun knight armorsmiths take into account the special needs of an elderly. Young gun knights need it too. It helps mitigate the recoil from our guns. The nativity is tomorrow. How are preparations at the Shrine of Nurturing? The mother is in stable condition. Anduin has taken good care of her. She will give birth to a healthy, beautiful infant tomorrow. Wishidale and the Casdilian delegation, the twin empresses and the Lefanian delegation, the delegation from the Aegir Institute of Development Planning, the Tianshi delegation led by Yan's envoy of ceremonial rites. Tomorrow, all the visitors to the Holy City are invited to the Shrine of Nurturing to witness the birth of a new life. Why did you need me then, if everything is in order? Why are they putting so much emphasis on this one birth? Our newest cardinal, Lemuel. She came to see the matriarch. I'm wondering, did she happen to pass by as she was investigating the bombings? Drop in to take a look, and then propose to provide help to the Shrine of Nurturing on a whim? At first, I thought she came because of the attack on Anduin, but when I saw the look on her face after she saw the matriarch, it is clear she has suspicions. I thought I quelled those. Lemuel possesses a keen edge that a few others have, especially when focused on a single matter. There is certainly no better fit for a cardinal of the 7th Tribunal. At the same time, there's also no worse fit. More often than not, she relies solely on her own judgment when it comes to where she will focus her attention. Do we need to be on guard against her? You make it sound like some evil organization plotting to overthrow Laterano. Who is to say? For some, the future that we usher in will overturn life as they know it. Our empathy, our kindred and family, even the concept of sancta itself, existing limitations will be cast aside. It should have been the predetermined end of Laterano's path, but the path has gone on for too long. Some people take the accidents that happen in the process as the norm, and now they can't accept the predetermined end. That is correct. We should prepare early. I'll deal with Lemuel. You head back to the Shrine of Nurturing and get ready for tomorrow's ceremony. May the Lord's blessing be with the city. The red-headed sancta runs through a forest of white and blue, like a tiny flame flickering in the rain. That cloud on the comfort belt is almost the size of a croissant's van, and a cradle large enough to hold 2 cargo containers. The clouds hanging upon the comfort belt seem to block out the sunlight, and the hands holding up the cradles reaching towards the clouds. In this place, every living thing appears small and insignificant. Huh? What the heck? It feels so empty and quiet, but more than half of these nurseries are occupied. Children, outsiders, even fallen angels. The nurturers are busy. Looks like they've been living here for a while. Didn't they say most of the facilities are empty and will only open to the public when the ceremony is done? Typo. That's not true at all. I have to recover the bombs. I thought I could stop the ceremony by blowing up the venue, but this place is full of people. To think I went through all that effort to slip past the guards. Oh, I just noticed she has a mini emperor here. I wish the girls were here. Texas could have knocked out all the guards and dragged them outside, or Croissant could have barged into the rooms and packed up everyone inside. Or I could just get the boss to do a meet and greet opposite the ceremony to draw everybody's attention. Ugh, forget it. There's no time. I gotta get to work. Let's take these bombs apart and think of another way. It'll be easier if we cut the blue wire first. What? Hey, when did you get back? L. But can they meet under normal circumstances? An entire unremarkable apartment, except for the fact that its roof offers a perfect view of the plaza in front of the Shrine of Nurtury. Is that why you chose to hide here, Arturia? Another happy reunion. And much sooner than I expected. You did not attempt to conceal your trail. The paper dragonfly was a clear clue. I saw you use such musical arts more than once in Zwillingsturme. I don't know how to say that. Well, I hate to admit it, but you've learned a whole lot of my secrets, Fede. Wait, you. Did our executor here not tell you that I am his beloved soror, Sister Hildegard? Huh? You are my distant relative, and that does not impede me from exercising oversight over you. Before I brought you back to Laterano on the outskirts of Willingstrom, I warned you. I will increase my vigilance over you in order to determine the subjective motivations and possible objective consequences of your actions. And I will shoot to kill if I find anything suspicious. I remember the sunset that day. So hard-headed he's fun, isn't he, Sister Hildegard? You were always cooperative, Arturia. That's why the monastery gave you a degree of leeway. You deceived us. I apologize, sister. I hope my impertinence will not be detrimental to you or the London Monastery. Why did you leave the London Monastery without permission, Arturia? Look at this shrine, Fede. So vast, so full of vitality. It reaches into the clouds, surpassing even the eponymous twin towers of Willingsterne in Lefanian. Is this the grace and authority that Laterano wants to build? Look at the halo-less outsiders being guided inside. What are Laterano's plans for them? What have you found, Arturia? Do you remember our short stay at Rota Island before returning to Laterano? I met a mysterious guest there, who told me that there may come a day when Laterano is no longer a warm, cozy little cottage for the Sanctus. Fede, Sister Hildegard, look at what lies before you. Do you not suspect that day has come? What has become of the holy city that we were so proud of? What do you mean? You are ever vigilant, Fede. You must have noticed something, no? Otherwise, You would have greeted me with this barrel of your gun. So yeah, obviously something's weird with the nursery, basically. Or those bombs. They look pretty powerful. Sis, you're walking again. Uh-huh. Hooray. Was it you that I saw in Via Jovita? And that Amos saw outside the firearms workshop? How did you manage to make so many bombs despite the Korea's strict control of explosive materials? You're as good at this as ever. Hehe. Alright, spit it out, El. What are you trying to do? Blow up the shrine? Stop the nativity? Or sabotage the whole summit of nations? Stay back, sis. A massive pillar cuts the light and shadow open. Lumen stops in her tracks, keeping her distance from Exusiai. That's a Cardinal's cassocks you're wearing, isn't it? Does it look good on me? Totally, it's so cool. It was a little loose around the waist when I got it the day before my creation. I had to stay up all night fixing it. Ugh, I wish I wasn't wearing this for our reunion. Did you come back by yourself, or do you have friends with you? Huh, you're prepping me for information now. You're a simple girl after all. You're not in a school, and this isn't a graduation ceremony. Did you really just decide to level things up like this on your own? Who's behind you? And why did they put you up to this? Hey, let's try this. Apple pie with mayonnaise. Ew. Had a slice, want another. You remembered. When we had a fight that wasn't going anywhere, or a secret we didn't want to share, that's our password to set things aside. I can feel your emotions, Elle. Agitation, impatience, worry. Not even knowing how to explain. But my job is to capture the culprits who are trying to sabotage the Summit of Nations. I will file a request with the courier to personally handle the follow-up to this case. The Sacta sisters stand off against one another, neither making a single move, nor speaking a single word. It is Lemon who finally breaks the silence with a sigh. In that instant, Exusiai flies towards her and hugs her tightly. Now that's the reaction I know from an Ella in trouble. I missed you, sis. It's been a while. Have you grown? Of course not. I was almost an adult when I left Laterano. You don't have to talk like you're my mom, sis. Is that what I sound like? Did you tie your hair yourself? It's coming loose. Let me tie it for you. Still careless as ever. Of course. I'm not as good as you at that. What are you doing here anyway? Don't tell me you knew I would show up. Just reviewing the shrine security measures. I thought it was remarkable enough to see the matriarch praying for a pregnant Sarkaz. And then I ran into you. Matriarch, pregnant Sarkaz, praying. Could the nativity be? So you don't know what's in the shrine either? Oh, is it your turn to pump me for information? Who taught you to do that? I didn't turn bad, I promise. The people who are supporting me now, they're a good influence, I promise. I'm not alone, and I'm not being used. There's a lot that's wrong here, but it's hard to explain. I need more time. I'll come home after I've done what I have to. Then we ties one last knot with the string, then pushes up slightly so the strand of the hair on the side of her sister's head will not come loose so easily. The next instant, she finds that her arms are empty. I'll leave the disarming of the bombs to you, sis. I mean, your eminence. Lemon hears the ticking of bomb countdowns in all directions. She looks in the direction where her sister disappeared, but is in no position to give chase. She never changes, does she? Okay.
We advance to every last corner of Terra.
Fa bel tempo oggi. Tanti odio e rancore son da scartare, salvo in un'esplosione di rosso autunnale.
Oh my god.
携帯を変更
This
中
can burn.
どうぞ武装解除確認
Oh, they heal? Interesting. There was an operator recently who reduced heals, didn't they? I forgot whose talent that was.
Mission accomplished.
Citizen, if you're here to view the nativity, please queue up at the security check line in the plaza. You've been dawdling here for a while. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for someone. Oh? There's a large amount of traffic going in and out of the shrine today. We ask for your cooperation and to refrain from loitering. Sorry. I noticed there's this weird glitch effect too in the background. Elle's been in there all day. The plan was to blow up the important structural elements in the shrine to prevent the ceremony, whatever it's called, from being held as scheduled. She should have been out by now. Don't tell me she's been caught. But I've been here all this time. There's been no movement inside. But Elle must have ran into some kind of trouble that's holding her up. Come on, Vanny, think. What can you do? I have 2 small originium powder tubes that I could turn into an improvised bomb. It won't be very powerful, but it should cause enough commotion to distract the guards and allow Elle to. Let's set it here. No one's paying any attention. All I need to do is set it off. Banini's arm finds the barrel of a gun, preventing it from moving down any further. Don't let that thing go boom, girl. Stand up slowly. Oh. Reverend Gun Knight. Those tools and all. You work at a firearms workshop? I have 10 minutes. Explain yourself, girl. What are you up to here? Or should I say, who are you trying to cover for? Let's go, Elle. What about Master Pag? Magister's sleeping. His vision's been getting worse, and the doctors want him to get plenty of rest. I wonder if the Liberi of Laterano are also... They shouldn't be affected, right? We shouldn't wake him if we're careful. There's something I need to tell you first, Vani. It's so weird when you talk all serious like that. Listen, if you get caught, just give me up to whoever it is, whether it's the Pacifica Callers, the Executors, or the Gun Knights. Don't worry about me. I came in the middle of the night, kicked your door open, and forced you to make bombs and stand guard for me. You're an innocent little angel who doesn't know anything. What? That's my condition for letting you come with me. Just because I'm shy doesn't mean I'm a coward. I know, and I'm glad you decided to help me. The Garrett seems to be taking that ceremony very seriously. Who knows what punishment they have in order to have in store for somebody trying to bomb it. Besides, Laterano is very different from how I remember it. But no buts or whatabouts. I can handle this on my own. Besides, Penguin Logistics Company culture says, never share the glory when you can hoard it all for yourself. I came on my own. Interesting, girl. Old men like me don't get a lot of chances to talk to the youth. Unfortunately, the ceremony is about to begin. If you won't talk, I'll have to hand you over to the executors of the notarial hall. Stop right there, Patricion. Don't think I don't recognize the sanctimonious face of yours just because you're hiding it behind a hunk of sheet metal. My legs. Pag. What do you mean? Is something going on with the Holy City? Would you care to explain? Or do you have to guess from your meaningful glances at one another? Oh, I guess judging by Arknights' reaction, it is affecting them too. Whatever this shrine thing is. This is not related to our investigation, sister. At this time, I have not determined that you need to know more. In any case, Arturia, you have to come back with us. I don't dislike you. In fact, I'm rather fond of you. But if your actions will bring harm to Landen Monastery, then I'll pull no punches. May I ask you something, Sister Hildegard? Huh? You love the monastery and Laterano, don't you? Or should I say, how did you establish an emotional connection to Laterano as a Liberi? Well, I've lived in Landen Monastery for a long time. I was brought up by the brothers and sisters there, and we worked together to make bread and beer, doing our best to keep the monastery solvent. I belong here. Of course I love this place. If you're asking why there's so many Liberis in the Holy City, you've read the Saint's Travels, haven't you? Don't tell me you only use it to make your paper dragonfly. According to the Saint's Travels, the first encounter between the Liberi and Laterano began with a herd of burden beasts. Many years ago, a group of Liberi were scattered by a herd of burden beasts while seeking water in the wilderness. The animals carried grain on their backs, forming an orderly procession as they traveled into the distance. The Liberi spent great effort to hunt the burden beasts. They never imagined that these creatures of the wild could move in such an orderly manner, so they followed the beasts. Then, the Liberi saw the halo bearers in the fields, singing as they guided the herd of burden beasts into the assembly of pearl-white buildings behind them. At a time when the Liberi still lived naked in the wild, seeking water and game, those people had learned to tame wild beasts and build cities safe from catastrophe. More importantly, the Liberi found that those people had a confidence and optimism that was alien to the Liberi because of their halos and empathy. From the moment of their birth, they could feel each other's feelings and understand one another. They rarely knew conflict, and they were able to overcome crises that would destroy any other race. They created the perfect order, naming it the law. I could understand that feeling. Even as the courier cut off funding up to the monastery, even as its buildings fell into disrepair, even as I fretted over the monastery's books, the sanctums of Landen Monastery never ceased to fear that there might come a day when we would have to come to close our doors. Their confidence and optimism left them accept the presence of the Liberi nearby, learning from them and becoming part of the whole. Yes, over the ages, the sanctums have almost completely assimilated the holy cities as Liberi, other than the halo, which can never be shared. We are too special, able to take in everything, like a concerto with a clear main theme. Laterano has never been just a warm, cozy little cottage for the Sanctus, Fere. After you escaped, you went searching for a missing pregnant woman from a nomadic abbey, but there have been no such reports of a missing person in notarial hall records. Explain yourself, Arturia. A poor mother has gone missing in Laterano, a little incident that no one had paid any heed. But by chance, I had once touched the note of her heart while playing in the wheat fields. And I discovered where she went. Do you mean? Patience, Fede. Wait and see. We've come this far. You don't need me to explain it to you. Cool lore. This is a girl you took in. You have to forgive, Reverend Gun Knight, that I don't have the adoption papers on me. What? If you can take in the Liberi, why can't I take in the Sancta? She's a good girl. You know, you're the only Sancta I've ever had a real problem understanding. That mouth of yours. How long has it been since we last met, Peg? I forget. Never thought much about it. Didn't think I would need to. Back on topic, your apprentice just attempted to... on my orders. Why? An act of protest. Is that so hard to understand? The Curia shut down over 100 firearms workshops overnight. My livelihood for decades, shot by Kandaran for my retirement, all gone in the blink of an eye. When I heard you were throwing some party here, I thought I might force the Curia to hear the voice of this humble citizen in front of all these honored guests. I should have done it myself, but I'm old, and my legs and eyes aren't what they used to be, so I had the girl run this errand for me. I thought you had gotten into a different line of work, Peg. Screw that. Why should I? When you still have the nerve to use that gun I made after you exiled Gia from Laterano. I just gave up being a dedicated supplier for you Gun Knights. True. And how exactly do you plan on dealing with this? We're caught red-handed attempting to bomb the Shrine of Nurtury and sabotage the Nativity. Will you once again escort your friend out of Laterano as a Gun Knight sworn to protect the sanctity of paradise? One who just happens to be a Liberi as well. This has nothing to do with you being a Liberi, Peg. If you have indeed violated the law, then I have no choice but to suffer another parting. And yet, I see that no harm was actually done, was there? Take your apprentice and go. Come along, Vanny. Grab onto me. I left in a hurry and forgot the new glasses you got me. Reverend, the man's story doesn't stand up to scrutiny. I know. The appropriate course of action will be to take them in for questioning and eliminate any potential risk. That won't be necessary. Besides, I don't need another fight with that old bloke. This bomb is simple, improvised. The girl obviously made it on the spot, which means that her accomplice is still inside. We need to send an extra team of gun knights and work with the patrols to ensure the shrine's security. Yes, Reverend. Strange. I should stay on the Shrine of Nurtury. Cardinal Aid Amos. Reverend Patricion. Long time no see. Long time indeed. What are you all worked up about? Have you seen Cardinal Limuin? There's something I wanted to check with her. She hasn't returned to the 7th Tribunal since visiting the Shrine of Nurtury. If this has something to do with the explosions, I must be kept in the loop. Yes, Reverend. I bumped into the Sancta on Via Borgos and Pagas Faber to complete the takeover of a firearms workshop. There was a visible reaction from the Cardinal when I mentioned this to her. I checked the appearance of the individual I encountered against the database of registered citizens and found a match in the external personal files. She must have been on the scene of the explosion in Pagas Tavonis. She has certain ties to the Cardinal. Oh? I don't have much time, sister. I must return to the Shrine of Nurtury. Let me confirm. You're not sure if the individual currently under care will die, but you want to make a funeral preparations. You want to make funeral preparations for her. Yes, she's not in good shape. I will do all that I can as her nurturer. But that will not preclude me from preparing for the worst. This seems so un-Lateran. What should a Laterano be like? Now that's a complicated question. Farewell. I hope we will not have cause to meet again. I didn't believe it when they said it, but he really did come back here, Anduin. This Ecclesia required him. This field of viruses, are they familiar to you? Do you reminisce over them? There are many Ecclesia requietorium in Laterano. As for reminiscing, it would be inappropriate for me to do that about an Ecclesia requietum in my present position. I forgot. You're a high and mighty nurturer now. Who are you? Was it you who followed me and attacked me in the shrine? That was his old team, right? Followed, attacked. Who's the one who's mad here, Anduin? You or me? Yeah, it was. If they didn't want us to walk the same path as you, why did you call us pathfinders? The sinister shrine that devours. Is it the righteous path that you found, or one that has led you astray? I do not recall promising to walk the same path as anyone before I met the Patriarch. As for the Shrine of Nurturing, it's true that it has guided my path, but sinister? There must be some misunderstanding. Enough, Anduin. Nugas Garris, don't play the fool with me. A dozen of us never came back from the shrine. If the path you found demands our sacrifice, we at least deserve to be told. Or, if you're really shameless enough to deny the connection, at least have the decency to say it to my face. No, I don't understand. You have plenty of time to figure it out. Please don't. There are many children I must care for, and that mother. Ah, damn it. It's pull back. If I didn't know better, I would say we tried to hit Anduin with that one. He's proven hard enough to kill so far. I figured it was an acceptable risk. Fiametta, Mostima. You really made yourself a lot of enemies, haven't you, Anduin? I'll go after them while you two talk. There's no need. I don't know why they're targeting me, but I can't help but feel they're determined. People like that inevitably have complex pasts and simple motivations. So he doesn't remember them. How compassionate. How could you do what you did to your own cohort then? Why don't you repent before Mostima and Lemuin? Why wouldn't you tell us that the one in the locket key made you see... Wait, what? Why wouldn't you tell us what the one in the locket key made you see, deep in that dungeon? Why didn't you ever give us an answer? Or, more accurately, share the question with us. We must each follow our own paths, Fiametta. Is that why you attacked Lemuin and fled, before coming back with that matriarch? Hiding in the Shrine of Nurturing under her protection like nothing ever happened? Is this your path? What salvation did you find in the years that you went off the grid? I never found salvation, nor do I feel like nothing ever happened. However, life is short, and if I do not find the answer I seek soon, my sins and your pain will become meaningless. The day after I was released from London Monastery, I left Laterano, believing that I would find something. The next 5 years were like a blur. All I remember is going from one place to another, alone, in many directions without end. I often wonder if something has gone wrong with my memory. And then I found the matriarch. She was headed for the holy city. Though she had been delayed greatly by helping the wounded and needy along the way. She made me believe that the answer still lies in Laterano. She promised me a miracle, and that thousands upon thousands more miracles will be born from us. I returned to Laterano to fulfill this promise with her. That gas. Just shut up. You're babbling to yourself and making zero sense. Listen here, Anduin. After I kicked you out of that gathering the other day, Patricion spent a long time telling me how important you, that shrine of yours, and the ceremony you're holding are. I've never seen the old man so serious, so I promised him I wouldn't pick a fight with you. Yet, I didn't save your life because I've forgiven you. You just don't deserve to die before you've truly repented for what you did and paid a proper price. The nativity is about to start, isn't it? I'm sorry, I must go. It's a lot of milk bottles. Good morning. Honored kindred, returned messengers, emissaries from all across Terra, and guests who have set foot in the holy city for the first time through the abbeys. I greet you. This shrine, in which we now find ourselves, was not built to demonstrate Laterano's power and authority for the Summit of Nations. However, I am glad from the bottom of my heart that it was completed in time for all of us to gather here today. Every birth brings new possibilities for the continuation of faith, for the fight against calamity. Only in this way can we shape the future. This is even more true for the Laterano of the future. I bid you now, prepare and listen to the heartbeat of new life.
リーダー、帰ったら君のおごりでたっぷり飲ませてね。
Nice. Oh, there's little lore drops. Oh, that's cool. In the enemy find a large stack of documents in this filing cabinet, hidden away for years. The pages long yellowed. You think back to all those years, to the first time the Theodore Comprehensive School invited you to make petrifier for the students. Course rankings. Shooting course rankings. You flip through the files, one after the other, and blurted out that the teacher that the child named Fiametta wasn't on the list. You were informed she was a liberator. The regret clouding the teacher's eyes snapped you out of loss. You felt frustrated, ignoring the fact that you never brought this back to your workshop to pursue it. Oh, interesting. Oh, if you look at this, Fiametta's actually better with the gun than the rest of them. She got second here, but first. Huh. Ooh, that's it? Okay. A new life, a new faith, a new future. Wait a moment. Senor Executor. So you never intended to bring Arturia back to London Monastery? I never stated that I would. Well, if you won't, I will. There are certain things I must still ascertain with Arturia. Now, Federico. It won't do to torment a poor nun like that. Rochelle. Did you have to run away so suddenly? All I did was joke around with you a little in front of that confessional. What was the joke? Okay. Anyway, I know this fugitive's a tough one, so I brought reinforcements. Giving up my chance to witness the nativity in the process, aren't you touched? I never requested assistance from the notarial hall. I know. You hardly ever work with the other executors. You think I volunteered for this? Special orders. They're only issued by all 7 tribunals of the Curia. Pretty shocked when I got the orders. For a moment there, I thought Arturia had convinced you to commit treason. I have no such intention, and she has no such power. I have completed my assessment and determined that any risk to the Curia can be eliminated. You and your men may stand down now, Executor Rochelle. Are you defying the special orders, Federico? You have no authority to refuse. My orders were to oversee Federico's apprehension of Arturia before the nativity, and to bring both of you in, should there be any suspicious behavior. Not so fast, Senor Executor. Were you talking to me, Senora Arturia? Of course. I've been sitting in that monastery ever since I got back. I think I would like to stretch my legs for a little while longer, still. It's been more than a decade since I last saw a night fall upon this holy city, and the view from this spot is remarkable. So you're resisting arrest? Oh, I do so hate overtime. Stay behind us, says the Elder Guard. You do the honors, Federico. You've been on this criminal's case for years. No one knows her tricks better than you. Looks like the Lateran has long had its eye on you, Fede. Raise your gun. It won't be the first time. Arturia stands at the edge of the roof. Federico has many questions, but he can see that her fingers are already touching the strings. Behind her, Federico sees the shrine of Nurtury, so tall he cannot see the top, and the infinite crowd meandering towards it. Rochelle and his other colleagues stand behind them. Federico hears the sounds of weapons being locked and loaded. Tension runs high. It is as though he must prove something as executor. There's no time to think. Federico raises his gun. You have admitted to escaping confinement, Arturia. By the authority of the Lateran Notarial Hall, I am hereby reassessing your danger level and apprehension procedures. You must fulfill your obligations as a Lateran citizen and work with us to resolve any threat to Laterano. Without warning, the muzzle of Federico's gun flashes. At the same time, music pours out of the cello, becoming one with the hymns and emitting from the direction of the Shrine of Nurtury, drowning out the sounds on the roof. Ugh. Federico, what are you doing? I shot at the building beside you. I did not strike any of you. But that hurts. Mastigia. I think a rock kicked my head. Am I bleeding? Do you know what you've done, Federico? Yes, you are bleeding. I will submit a detailed report once the incident is resolved. I will include a detailed explanation of the head injury you have suffered. That was decisive, Senor Executor. Now, how do you intend to handle all these unconscious people? What are you looking for? Rochelle has an annual pass for the confessionals. They can deliver these people to a hospital. Now, share your discoveries and work with me to resolve any dangers to Laterano. It's just a guess. You chased me all the way here, then got your cohorts out of the way. You've evidently arrived at the same theory I have. It's almost time, Fede. Perhaps the city itself will soon tell us exactly what has happened to it. I've never seen so many outsiders in Laterano. That's for sure. The last summit of nations didn't have enough guests to fill a single hotel. Just about every cardinal in the Curia is here. It's so crowded. The area is even more awkward than the Basilica. We're far enough on the edge, Mostima. We're like the cleaners standing against a wall of a casino. Whatever this activity is, it's probably Anduin bringing out a Sancta kid who just learned to talk. So the matriarch standing there gets to ceremonially polish the kid's halo. All symbolic puff. We could be home watching One-Armed Chainsaw Guy 2 instead. Let's just think of it as watching Nurturer's Anduin's work. I'm sure he said all that needs to be said to him. My heart's been feeling twitchy for some reason. Do you feel it, Mostima? Yeah. Fiametta turned sideways. She has never seen such a serious expression on her friend's face. I'm feeling nervous. No, anxious. Fearful. It's excitement and expectation. And I don't know why. I can't describe it. It's like my heartbeat isn't my own. Is this empathy? You're a fallen angel and I'm a liberator. Neither of us has the power. No, it's not just us. Fiametta scans the crowd and is now certain that this heartbeat is not an illusion. The emotions that she is feeling are written on every face in the crowd. Every heart presents throbs to this beat, which does not belong to them. Look up. What? Comfort bells. Fiametta follows her friend's gaze. All the doors and windows were closed when the nativity began, not so much as a breeze can get in. But the comfort bells are swaying in time, the ones hanging in the hall of enlightenment with them, and the ones in the corridors leading to the nurseries. Yet they do not produce the chimes that they should. A sort of medium, like the musical devices that Lithanians use. If my guess is right, we're feeling the heartbeat of a mother who is giving birth. It's exactly the same. Now up to you. It's exactly the same as what I felt when I waited outside the delivery room when my wife gave birth. I could feel the unfathomable pain, but she would not give up. Her emotions tugged at mine, and we both spoke the name that we had already decided. Bailey. Bailey. Lord above. The mother fainted. She's too weak. The pain of birthing is more than she can take. It's no good. Or not good. My heart's about to leap out of my mouth. She's not giving up. Lord, Holy City most pure, have mercy on us. Have mercy on us. Have mercy on us. So, this really is a form of empathy. Comfort bells sway violently throughout the hall. The ever-shifting emotions and the irregular heartbeats tug at everyone's nerves. No one knows who the mother is, what her name is, how old she is, where she came from. But everyone knows what she is experiencing. No one moves a single step. The fragile newborn has not yet triumphed over death. The struggle to break through the shell of ignorance seems eternal. Inside the shrine of nurturing, thousands of people experience a childbirth together. Such a clear empathy should never have existed in Laterano. After a long, long time, the heartbeat begins to weaken until all is silent. Connect the sensor wire and activate the timer. The last bomb is ready. Damn it, it's really hard not to march to this heartbeat. Fortunately, I've got the quickest brain in Penguin Logistics. I can play Super Music Tycoon with one hand and ray gun bottle shooting with the other, and be both the boss and Texas at the same time. All that practice wasn't for nothing. Two-minute countdown. Blow up this corridor and the path to the nursery will be cut off. I hope my sister's intel is good. The Shrine of Nurturing took a pregnant Sarkis from the nomadic abbey and got her to give birth to a Sarkis at the Summit of Nations in this crazy ceremony. I don't know what they're trying to do, but if I could keep her from appearing in front of the crowd. Excuse me, you're in the way. The mother is about to give birth. I want to get closer and pray for her. Sorry, Al. Wait. Pregnant Sarkis. Aren't you the one? Wait, then whose heartbeat are they feeling? Yeah, what of it? Huh? Shouldn't you be giving birth? Lemuel, right? We've met before. Your sister brought you to our place. Oh, Fiametta's grandpa. Salve. She's getting cornered. The others are searching for the bombs and neutralizing them. Reverend Patricio. Good work. Stop the Sancta. She has more explosives on her. Snipers are in position. We will shoot to kill if the suspect attempts to escape. Phew. Reverend Patricion. You're late, Cardinal Lemon. Take the suspect back to the 7th Tribunal. But the nativity isn't about the sarcasm, then. The heartbeat that resonated throughout the hall has quieted down. A door opens to a corridor. Exusea looks in the direction of the sound. Oh, he's bloodied. Did he deliver it? Carrying a small bundle, the nurturer stands in the light shining through the door. His hands and ropes are stained with blood, but the bundle is clean. With head bowed, he walks slowly towards the Hall of Enlightenment, towards the waiting matriarch. The crowd parts to let him through. Thank you, Anduin. The matriarch takes the newborn from the nurturer. She cannot see, and thus does not realize that his brow is furrowed in sorrow. The matriarch gently opens the bundle and reveals the newborn. A bird? A fledgling beast. He leans against the matriarch's shoulder, mucous membrane still sticking to its infantile paws. The wet and creased fur shows no sign of relaxing. His eyes are closed, his breathing barely audible. As you can see, the first life that the Shrine of Nurture has brought into this world is this fledgling arbor beast. His weight is nothing. His weight is everything. Before I came to Laterano, I found his mother in an abandoned nomadic abbey. She was so famished, her feathers fallen, that I did not at first recognize her as an arbor beast. A hunter's spear had impaled the mother's abdomen, but missed the fetus by inches. I do not know how this mother hid for so long, how she survived, and how she stayed awake through the pain and hunger. Until now, I think the strong mother, our Sancta and Liberi brethren, and our honored guests from afar. This child was born amidst our prayers. He is a miracle that you have made together. But why? Why do his eyes not open? Matriarch, the newborn's breathing is growing weaker. I tried everything I could think of. His mother gave her all. Perhaps the mother's injuries were too grave, depriving the fetus of nutrition. Anduin, we may all have forgotten one thing. Do you mean? The childbirth was long and painful, but from beginning to end, all we felt through the comfort bells, through empathy, was a single heartbeat. This child was so weak that he could not even express his desire to live, the most primal, most instinctive cry of life. Anduin bows his head and does not speak. Is this what you thought the nativity would be, Mostima? No. Normally, we'd already be cutting the cake besides a crying baby. Damn, this is depressing. Do they mean that after all that effort from the mother, the baby was stillborn? Chikazo, how could this be? Lord above, is there anything we can do? Like what we did just now, the thousands of us here. What if I never felt Bailey's heartbeat after hours of waiting outside the delivery room? What would my wife and I have done? No, I can't bear to imagine it. Poor baby, if you can hear my voice. Oh wow. Damn. It's a cool CG. Somewhere in the crowd, someone begins sobbing. I still really like her design. Gradually, more and more people lose control of their emotions. Their cries join together and echo through the halls for the poor mother and her stillborn child. It got a halo? Then another cry rings out. It is not a sad sound, it is young and bright. The fledgling arbor beast opens its eyes and, as though sensing the emotions of the crowd, cries out for the first time in its life. It stretches its limbs, and the sheen miraculously returns to its fur. Huh? The matriarch embraces the newborn life tightly, crying tears of joy. One such tear drops from the empty eye sockets behind her veil, falling upon the fledgling's head, reflecting the light of the sun. The fledgling does not stop crying. As though driven by the wailing, the light begins to break free of the void's shackles, becoming rich and full. A halo, the mark of the sancta, the symbol of the law, the embodiment of truth. It has illuminated this unfamiliar creature. A shining, miraculous beacon. The Lord has once again answered our prayer. He has blessed this child. This is a miracle not seen in 1,000 years. Its appearance on the eve of the calamity is a revelation from the law. We are all witnesses. We are all participants. Henceforth, we are born equal and one, beginning with the holy city and ending with the holy city. As Sancta. In the matriarch's embrace, the newborn licks her arms. He has awakened. Once again, the comfort bells sway. A new heartbeat, strong and regular, fills the shrine of nurturing. I don't know, something doesn't feel right about this. Arturia. Laterano granted a halo to an arbor beast fledgling? Oh, new track? Oh, even the most incredible miracle in the saint's travels pales in comparison. Is this a divine blessing or a terrible calamity? My greater concern is whether it is true, whether it should be believed. Since when did you start doubting everything you see? There are too many details, Arturia. The unusual confessional, the boundless wheat fields, the crackdown on the manufacturing of firearms and explosives, the firearms workshops being shut down, the sudden change in Alan Monastery's role. Remember that the Pope, more specifically the law, did choose these two for being like the next whatever that thing was called. It was probably for this reason. The abrupt changes in the administration of the Curia, the colleagues who suddenly appeared in it to interfere with my investigations. It was the appearance of Rochelle and his men, despite the fact that he could not have known my movements, that confirmed my suspicions. Otherwise, I would have continued my efforts to apprehend you. All of these anomalies converge at the Shrine of Nurturing, which seems to have appeared out of nowhere, and an activity that so many have fixed their eyes on. The missing mother you were investigating from the nomadic abbey was a pregnant arbor beast? Yes. So what about the sarcasm? By chance, my music crossed paths with the voice of my heart. I followed the trail here. The singular item that brought me to my conclusion, of greater weight than any of the above, is that the Lateran peoples are seemingly oblivious to all of this. Everything in life has been turned upside down, but in this country, this city, life goes on, orderly as ever, as though things have always been so. When 6 million Laterans continue to live as they always have, it's hard for us to convince ourselves that we're the only sane ones. Self-doubt is an invaluable experience for a hard-headed like you, isn't it? Are you certain now? Yes. Mathematics, physics, geography, archaeology, astronomy. No theory or knowledge in science, theology, or philosophy can explain this. A city with a population of 6 billion, sharing the same hallucination. But the present circumstances clearly run contrary to your order of Laterano and the foundation of the law. I have no doubt. What a coincidence. Neither do I. Oh, the baby's cries in the background. It's so freaky. Whoa. Everything turned negative. Okay. The sound of comfort bells echoes in the sky above the city. The shadow's music draws upon a crack, like a hand reaching into the city. The next instant, both sounds are brought to an abrupt halt. Silence. The crowds that come and go in front of the square have never existed. Laterano has never been so quiet, even when the city is gazed upon from the highest roof of the Basilica. Federico and Arturia are unsure if they blinked. They see most incomprehensible plays out before their eyes. The shrine continues to tower over the city, utterly out of place. But now dreamlike colors begin to run across its surface. Almost reaching the clouds, it spells its colors upon the pristine white buildings surrounding it. Doors and windows open the streets and alleys of Laterano, wherever the shrine's shadow touches, and creatures the likes of which have never been seen before emerge from them. Excuse me. The scene is indescribable, but there's no doubt in Federico and Arturia that this is the real Laterano. The next instant, the same word slips from their mouths. Calamity. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Interesting. MT5, Communion. May our halos be shared. May our Lord show the blessing of all. This will be my last note for the day. Casdo? Slow down. You got a death wish or something? We're carrying a damned Originium plate. We're all dead if you drop it. Seriously, what the hell is wrong with this family? Using this as a picking stone. Do they like their pickles with a touch of Originium? Shut your mouth, I keep moving. We gotta clean this whole district before the end of the day. Unless you want the overseer to chew our heads off after the lich chews his. So many houses, and we got to clean every single speck of Originium off them. Doesn't Babel have a dedicated construction team? Why don't we just tear it all down and rebuild from scratch? Say, it's gonna take some getting used to, not having any Originium around. I said shut your mouth. We didn't have a choice but to rely on the mines. Now that Castle doesn't need to worry about energy anymore, of course we gotta clean the house. Or clean house. Unless you like living in the den of Originium. Hey, watch where you're going, Lich. Keep your threads tucked away, Lich. Who knows what might happen if they got tied up in the Originium. That's not very polite. Hey! Emingard. You can cut the threads with your horns if they do get tied up. But who knows what dimensions my threads would drag you into when it comes to that. She needs to be an operator. Alright. I don't think I should scare you any further, gentlemen. Go ahead. Did I imagine it? What was that light? It came from the house up there, maybe? Let's take a look. I'll go. What? Those sensors are right by the agricultural plate that has been integrated. The light must be from one of the soil beacons, in reaction to the Originium plate that you're carrying. If Wichita finds out the farmland that she spent 2 years cultivating got polluted. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, it's Cecilia. Don't come any closer. Ugh. Ermengarde looks at the agitated girl standing in front of her, trying to shield the man behind her with her tiny body. Oh, okay, so that must have happened at the same time as the cutscene we just saw. Other halos going haywire and shit. It's a Sanctum man, kneeling feebly on the ground. His halo and wings have shattered, their pieces still trembling and flickering, like drying fireflies. The Sanctum does not speak. It is as though he has fallen into a deep slumber. Who are you? Are you here to take us away? The girl is all tensed up. Ermengarde bends down and puts her hands on her knees, doing her best to show that she intends no harm, even wagging her energized tail friendly. She has a tail. I mean no harm, young lady. I sent the other sarcasm away. Did you hear that? Maybe I can help you. Help him. Ermengarde closes the door behind her, shutting out any prying eyes. She adjusts her hat. Invisible threads reach out through an unknowable dimension. Master. All that red tape and long-winded tomes in the spires make me sick. But I should take the twin sheet for the hospitality, compared to what I have to deal with now. Every policy has been communicated verbally, and you have to explain things over and over again. When are we going to implement basic education for government employees? This is urgent. Go ahead. I'm at the furnace node. I found 2 Sanctums with broken halos. One of them doesn't look right at all. Bring them here. Try not to let anyone see you. We don't need a scene in the streets. I'll go wake Wichita. Looks like it's time for a speaker to speak at an emergency meeting. It's really cool. I really like when Arknights does this. Where we just see like different parts of like Terra. And seeing the reactions to like a certain situation. The list is a long one. You're saying that all 43 Sanctas stationed at spires across Willingstern have abandoned their post without permission. Yes. I don't know what is her name. Ewignane? They have already left the Thanian soil, forcing their way through the checkpoint at the Erdinhir border. The Thanian took in these Erari as an act of kindness. Now they have chosen desertion, without any warning. Not entirely. The night watch of the Rishmushkishkil witnessed the Sanctus scholar leaving, and note that his halo and wings were shattered, as if there was a serious accident. They've fallen. The Sanctus do not align exactly. They're not getting horns. How do you think this should be dealt with? Are you asking for my opinion? Of course I am. You're the mouth of the Asturia authority, Michael Wolfgang. You're the only one who can speak with her voice in this realm, besides me. Well, you've grown in the past few years, both physically and mentally. Hildegard has taught you well. I must commend you for making the report that you just did. You have, in effect, admitted that you have access to certain exceptional channels. The Sanctus of Lathania have fallen and deserted en masse. This is a serious matter. You're the only one capable of dealing with it. I know that you, the Ortizia boy, and even that Grafskin that are doing a few things under the surface. As a reward, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to that. Huh. Now, back to the topic at hand. The border guard reports that they seem to be headed for Laterano. It's likely that the Lateran Curia has evolved. Shall we send the Empress's voice to confront the Curia? 1 year ago, after Das Kaiserfest, the Evangelistas 11 communicated to me that he wishes to work hand in hand with Lasagna. The anomalous circumstances with the Sanctas may indicate that the calamity the Pope had feared, so much that he would seek our help, has come at last. Issue an edict, in the name of eternal grace and austere authority, to summon the best casters and scholars among all the spires. Calamity will spread no corner of this great land. We must hasten our studies to the secrets retrieved from the chaos. Yes, Your Majesty. I'll arrange for it all at once. Or for it at once. Perhaps not entirely at once. What I mean is, I will instruct the Empress's voice too. The eventide is beautiful tonight, Michael. Stay and enjoy it with me. The wound in the sky has healed. She would have appreciated this too, would she not? Oh, the hole is gone. Okay. The one Kristen made. By this time, anyway. East of La Unidad, Laterano Holy City and White. The goes to shoot fireworks, targets our apples. We prepares here, he gives us bread. We seek salvation, he sets us free. Sing until you're asleep. The God in your dreams is kinder than Lateranos. You didn't need to go this far on the night watch, Arella. Get lost. This is the Minoan border. Ooh! Distinguished nobles won't go any further, you're safe. I still want a Minos of it really bad. The Abbey is no more. We go our separate ways. 10 years ago, you came to my Abbey and protected my plate from those nobles without a word. Now you're leaving without a word. You preach your teachings. I protected the kids in exchange for a new roof over my head, that's all. Don't think too much of yourself. You can't leave, Arella. I'm not asking. Our destination is the same. We'll go with you to Laterano. And when did I say I was bringing you with me? We've been together for 10 years. It's a long time for the Kukulkan. Shorter lifespans. Maybe I don't trust Laterano that much, but I do trust you. The Lateran stripped you of citizenship, and you've cursed the city many times while I sang the hymns. But look at yourself. After all these years in Bolivar, you still won't take off the gun knight's armor. Even though you've fallen, lost the ability to wield a patch or firearm, you somehow got your hands on this black steel gun, which means you never... Shut up. The falling angel suddenly raises her gun, the muzzle almost reaching the Kukulkan lips. If you trust me, you should remember that I've told you many times the holy city is not so friendly, kind, or tolerant as you imagine. Half the people who followed you from the Abbey are not Sancta. There are plenty of places you can go after leaving Bolivar. Perhaps what we follow is not the true Lateran faith, but it's what's kept a modicum of order in our lives amidst the chaos of Bolivar. There's no way I could convince the others to go somewhere else. They want to make the pilgrimage. Nor can I convince myself. Laterano is a part of us now, after these long years. You've got to be kidding. Think of the Sanctas in the Abbey. You've never known Laterano, only the trauma of the fall. Only by returning to Laterano will they know what happened. Only then will the fear be driven out. Only then can their sickness be cured. Let us walk together for a little while longer, Arella. I'm not going back to Laterano because I miss home. 10 years ago, an old man said something like this to me, at another abbey. He was the one who exiled me in the name of Laterano because of some silly mistake. He wanted to hear me repent, hear me pray. He said there was a chance I could go back if I truly, sincerely repented for my sins. He refused? I sure did. Something seems to have gone really wrong in the Holy City. I'm going to seize this chance for revenge. Nuera steps forward and presses her face against the cold gun barrel. We won't stop you. We just need a guide. Someone who knows the way. Someone like you. The hymns begin to die down, replaced by the sound of children crying out. Aurora lets out a laugh and puts away her gun. Oh, it's the seal thing. I remember this from the stream. It's the end stream. Oh, what the hell? The Shrine of Nurturing spears its colors on the surrounding buildings, opening numerous portals through which strange creatures with halos emerge one by one, falling to the ground. Did those things get the blessing of Laterano too? It wasn't just a baby arbor beast. Enlightened creature. They crawl on the ground, wagging their heads furiously, still trying to adjust to their halos. They bellow in a low, rhythmic voice, as if joining together in prayer. Ugh, that's one ugly, chaotic voice of the heart. If everyone in the Holy City has fallen into a sort of mass hallucination of an unknown source, does the scene before us mean that the boundary between reality and falsehood is being blurred, and that Laterano is being invaded by a material threat? This is even more incomprehensible from what we experienced at the Pavilion. One of them has noticed us, Fede. The noise we made seems to have disrupted the ritual. That's a straight up seal. An enlightened creature turns towards Federico and Arturio, perhaps because it missed part of the prayer. Its halo flashes, and its bloated hide seems to grow light and live, approaching the duel at high speed. Federico raises his gun, but the halo-adorned creature pays no heed, not even stopping its prayer. Fall back. The nature of these creatures is yet unknown. We must not be surrounded. I thought you would shoot without hesitation. Why these creatures are kin, Fede? Are you in violation of the law if you shoot? Is that a joke? Or simply an ill-timed curiosity? Your patient firearm is lost, and I can neutralize these creatures without discharging mine. We will determine whether they should be considered our kindred, but not now. Perhaps there is someone who can answer our questions. Pope Evangelista 11. I've been wondering where he was at. Oof. Comedian.
We advance to every last corner of Terra.
Oh, that's a lot of Wings of the Sancta. Gates appear for several seconds when each shots for the flint for the first time. So brutal.
Che posto meraviglioso.
Wow. It's been a long time since I've seen an anti-air wound being used in the stage.
Tanti negozi. Perlomeno prova a
It used to be so
scattirmi
common
sta
back in like the first year of Arknights.
Gather at my fingertips.
Ooh, maybe that will go hard here.
I only do what I need to.
The music changes too. Oh, what the hell? 61 ammo from the target when attacking.
Sights locked. I don't like damage, unless it's necessary.
Whoa. Yo, these skins effects is cool. Are cool. That's dope. Better than the first skins effect.
Sono tutta perché tanta fretta? La strada per l'inferno è già abbastanza trafficata.
there's 61 enemies. Yeah, Meta skill 3 is goated, by the way. I think it's underrated as hell. People always say skill 2 is skill 2, but honestly I like her skill 3 more. Did I just make a plushy sound? Easy work. AFK gaming.
Draw, aim, loose. Mission accomplished.
I am a Fia Meta skill 3 believer. You look like a parrot. No, a parakeet. Such a sound. Do not fear, child. Matriarch. You too, nurturer. Thank you for your hard work. Or for your work. I simply did what I could. The child is still weak. Take him back to his mother, Anduin. I will come and find you. You seem unwell, matriarch. Should I escort you to your apartments? I am fine. The heartbeat continues to echo within me. Not just a mother. I can hear countless hearts resonating. So powerful, it seems they could bring down this shrine. The people have begun to link with one another, irrespective of race or background. But some have rejected the future we revealed. The nativity has come to an end. Our kindred need not stay here. We should prepare for the next stage. Understood. You should retire. I will take care of the rest. Once again, welcome to the Shrine of Nurturing. Whether you understood the matriarch's proposal at the summit, and regardless of what you think of it, the birth and enlightenment of this arbor beast is undoubtedly a clear revelation. On how to remove the barriers between nations and races, on how to resolve hatred and build lasting peace, on facing the calamity that hangs over our heads together. Beginning with the Nativity, the second summit of nations now enters a new stage. Laterano will share our halo with all races. May our Lord share the blessings with all. But there are Sancta losing their halos outside of Laterano. So clearly something's wrong. Fiamera, Mastima, over here. Nemio, when did you come back? Why don't you tell us? Nice outfit, huh? Including those handcuffs. I wanted to surprise you. Well, what happened, Lemon? It's a long story. I could buy you 2 minutes. I could buy you 2 minutes if you want to make a break for it. Sure. On second thought, maybe next time. I've caused enough trouble for my sister already. Did I interrupt the reunion? Believe. Can you take the suspect to the 7th Tribunal on your own, Cardinal Limon? Or do you need support? After all, attempted sabotage of the Shrine of Nurturing and Summit of Nations is a serious charge. If you're concerned, you are free to come with us, or have a gun knight to keep watch. Don't talk like that. After all, according to your conclavis Cardinal A. Ramos' testimony, you picked up Lemuel's trail at another scene beforehand. Are you saying I tried to cover for my sister? Well, not exactly. All the evidence is circumstantial, and there's nothing that proves you did anything wrong. You recall our previous conversation in the shrine. I admire your ability and resolve greatly, Limo went silent. But I also know when these virtues of yours are most prominently displayed. Besides, it's natural for us to be cautious when your sister is involved. I hope you understand. No need to worry. Letting Elle run around with all these charges against her won't help her. Of course, I'm sure the misunderstanding can be resolved, as long as Limo cooperates. One moment. Shimmering visual. Allegatissimo stima. Shimmering visual now? What? Please remain here at the Shrine of Nurturing. The courier has a mission for you. They took Elle away? After all the effort it took for Magister to get me off the hook. Come on, Banny. Isn't there anything else you can do? Don't bother knocking, Anduin. I have nothing to hide from you. The mother. Sleeping. I brought the child. Her feathers are not yet grown in, but he is surprisingly lively. I thought perhaps you might want to pet him again. Thank you. It is comforting to me. This place. Do you remember? We built the house of the mother when we came to Laterano. It became the first nursery of the shrine. I remember. We made a simple yet warm bed together and hugged the comfort bells that gave her restful sleep. The room is no longer in use, but I come back from time to time, if only for prayer. This was our starting point, yours and mine. I sense that he likes this place too. His halo is so bright. I noticed it the moment you brought him here. It is a miracle that you have long believed in. But I don't understand. What brought on the premonitions of the miracle when you first encountered the mother? I had no premonitions, Anduin. I only saw your struggling heart. She was on her last legs, and what she needed was not healing, but her last rites. Yet you wanted to save her, and you would not allow the idea to be dispelled by common sense. I believe that this thought, which you protected so dearly, could create the miracle of life. Life is a wonderful thing, one that can never be measured by the confines of common sense. Anyone will want to save her, matriarch. Therefore, anyone can create miracles. Miracles are so because people do not believe in the power of faith. It is the halo that gives sancta faith. Or is it the halo that gives sancta faith, or faith that gives sancta the halo? Have you ever pondered it? Our law, empathy, and firearms, and the paradise that we built atop them. Did they all arise from a blessing without a cause, as a common sense would indicate? I don't know. The past has its beginnings, as does the future. The Shrine of Nurturing, this towering edifice, was not built in a day. It began as a simple, ordinary nursery. Our nursery. Did we start with the blueprints of such an imposing shrine? No. We merely wished for a safe, comfortable room for that mother. And yet, its frenzied evolution led to what it is now. That is how a future where all are saved can sprout from our faith. Matriarch, I followed you because I had long searched for such a future, and you happen to know the way. But I never thought, nor could I comprehend, why you believed it could begin with me. What I'm able to do is, ultimately, insignificant. Insignificant trifles and grandiose feats are but a hair's breadth from one another. You have labored for many years over this grueling journey of yours. You should not let such a meaningless difference stay your steps. I will need you to lift your spirits, for aside from caring for this mother and child, there are more deeds that must be done, such as the next nativity. You're early. I'm already packed. You could just stick the seals on top so I could go back to bed. Patricion. Huh. I thought you were him. I assume the last part of the handover will be handled by the notarial hall. Why did they send gun knights? That was assuming nothing had been tampered with. What are you talking about? Both the storage room and the equipment show signs of recent use. Cardinal 8 Amos must have made it clear when he last came here. All gunsmithing operations were to cease immediately upon signing the papers. Any unauthorized work on patterned firearms or explosives would be a violation of the law. I've had this little workshop for decades. I couldn't let it go so easily. I just wanted to hear these old boys move again one last time and shed some tears over it. Is that so wrong? You've already said as much. Your apprentice, Nini, the one you take with you from the shrine nursery, where is she? Must have gone back to watching Nativity. She's not a kid anymore. Besides, I don't see so well. Can't keep an eye on her all the time. In that case, let us continue this conversation somewhere else. What if I don't want to? I do not wish to resort to force, unless absolutely necessary. It was Patricion who sent you here, wasn't it? Come with me. Sister Hildegard, Reverend Gun Knight. Is she not in the monastery? Yes, but she just had an accident. She's resting now. What? It's hard to explain. A mobile confessional suddenly showed up at the monastery yesterday. Sister Hildegard was lying inside, unconscious. There was no one else. Someone has set the confessional's navigational system to bring her here. We're not sure what happened to her. Perhaps we can have her report to you when she wakes up. This is urgent. Bring me to her. But... It's alright, Sister Gerafine. Oh, great. Hildegard, you're awake. The porridge. I'm fine, just a little dizzy. I ate the porridge on the table. I coughed because some of it went down the wrong pipe. Reverend Gun Knight, you came for Arturia, didn't you? Yes. It's true that Arturia left the Landed Monastery without permission. But I went after her as soon as I found out, and I caught her. But something unexpected happened. Please, give Landed Monastery a little more time. No, give me a little more time. We would like for you to come with us, Sister Hildegard. Well, alright. It would be best if you came too, sister. Me? Sister Geraint doesn't have anything to do with this. I was the one in charge of supervising Arturia. This is my fault. No need to worry, Sister Hildegard. With a major incident like this, the Korea needs as much information as we can get. Now, follow me, please.
Just as promised, the mission's a success.
Alright.
What was I doing? Whoa, 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 that's hurting.
Stuff is interesting.
Nobody likes a doctor who cries too much, yes?
Can we get, Yes, we can. Fiametta's Revenge.
A pleasure to meet you, Doctor. You know me as Fia's grandpa. If you've heard of the Sancta Mix Apparato, I really regret letting Fia fill out my recommendation form.
Oh, so she's the one who gave him that code name? That's funny. Yes, the gentleman with his hands behind his back watching the operators tread on the shadows with him. Cool. Alright. So, I'm gonna leave it there for tonight. It's almost 4 hours. It's night time. I'll leave the second half for tomorrow. We'll finish this off. But yeah, really interesting so far. I want to see where this leads to. Obviously, something freaky is going on with this nurturing thing. But I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Anyways, thanks to anybody who's stopped by and kept to watch. And see y'all tomorrow.